Hey guys, Chargers.
Sam,
He has to be a Californian.
Sammy's having a team crisis over here, folks.
I mean, it is funny that I picked the Raiders to win because I'm like, I can't remember one time that Josh was able to talk shit to Sam. That is legitimately why I picked them. I was like, no matter how bad or good the Raiders are, Sam is always right about talking shit to the Chargers. And
he was right this time because that's why I picked the Chargers. Sammy literally said, pick the Chargers.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm picking the Raiders because I'm a Raiders fan. You should pick the Chargers. And he was right. So thanks, Sammy.
You're in second place, I think. So that's how weird this year.
Oh yeah, it took some wild swings.
I think you're still in first, but
No,
Tommy's
no.
in first.
Tommy's in first, which pains me. I'm in third.
the man who isn't here.
Yeah, he can't.
Yeah.
That's why it's such a good week for him to be gone.
Yeah, I know. He'd be insufferable right now.
Tommy moved over the weekend, and for Tommy, that amount of physical labor means he's down for the count for the next 7 days. But he'll be.
Is that why he's not here? Because he moved a few days ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I will be honest.
Tommy.
Knowing Tommy, he is still moving.
Okay.
Like,
okay, that's different.
It's
He's just
one of those
procrastinating.
things where, so me and JJ are actually moving in together at the end of the month.
Uh-huh.
And we're like, all right, with the shit that we have, I think we can do it in one day.
Yeah.
Tommy and his girl moved shit on Sunday, and they're like, we'll get that small, like, once you move all the furniture shit, they're like, we'll just do it little by little over the week kind of thing.
That's not how you do it. You knock that shit out. You make a day out of it. You knock it out. You let it linger, it will never get done. So, yeah.
I vowed to pay people to do it.
That's what I do.
I'm never.
But does
lifting
that
shit again.
actually work out for you? Because every time
I've never done it.
Okay.
I said if I move again,
Oh.
I'm paying people to do it. I don't want to lift a box. I don't want to look at something.
When I moved, I paid people to do it, and they were great.
Okay, that's the first time I've ever heard that. That's what I was getting to.
Yeah.
I want some Japan shit, where they go in there, they box up your house.
Yeah.
Then move that shit and unbox it, and you never see any.
I'll give them some free publicity. Einstein Movers. I use
yeah, I've
them.
heard a lot of good things about them.
They're very good. They came in under their estimate by like $150 or something like that. And
Free promo.
granted,
Einstein gotta pay.
granted, like my move was relatively simple. I moved from a 1-story to another 1-story, so no stairs, which was great. The only thing they did, and they fixed it, was when they were moving in a couch, they scruffed up a little bit of one of the door frames. They had someone come in and paint over it the next day, so it was all good.
Oh, that's way better than I've heard.
Yeah.
See, with movers, the whole thing is, look, during the moving process, you're gonna fuck something.
Yeah.
Like as long as you can quickly get that shit sorted, I'm never gonna bug you about it. Cause
Yeah.
I know if I'm moving something, I'm gonna fuck something up. Whether it's a wall or a little chip, as long as you can get it addressed quickly.
But it's not little fuck ups that I've heard. Like Carlos, for some reason, his shit got bed bugs.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
How?
I don't know. I don't know how you put something in a hot metal box between Texas and Seattle and it gets infested.
One of the states they drove through. Yeah, no.
Yeah, did they pick up some bed bugs like hitchhiking or something?
I have no
Motherfucker
fucking.
going to Texas.
Like, how'd that happen? They must have been like in the car or something.
I have
300
no fucking
miles
idea.
that way. That's some cartoon shit.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers hopped on. Yippee! Hopping on. And shit.
Yeah. I've no.
Other than that, I've heard a lot. I had one box go missing. All my original record collection was broken, or not broken, just lost. And then I had an ex. They just broke all her TVs, and I was like, "Ooh, that's rough."
Oh wow.
I mean,
Jesus.
If we're gonna be honest, name drop. Don't use college hunks. That's who broke at least her stuff.
college is in the name.
Might as well say incompetent. Like, when I was in college, I was good at nothing.
Wait, time out. Is this an ex? This is an ex you're cool with, an ex you don't like?
Don't like.
Cool. Yeah, fuck your shit. Glad I got broke.
Yeah. Tip the movers extra for breaking that.
Yeah, Marco's out here. He's like, yeah, I had an ex. Shit got broke.
Yeah.
He's like,
I wonder how that happened.
Marco's rolled up. How much is the job? Double it.
I mean, I'm still the guy that. I mean, I get rid of things. Me and JJ were talking about it. We get rid of shit and then just buy shit again when we get to our new place. Kind of.
See, so that was how I've operated for the most part. I legitimately
Don't you have like $1,000 sound system or some shit now?
2, but pause there. My entertainment setup has single-handedly said, "No, fuck that throwing away shit. That shit's getting moved."
I have a $50 sound bar. Works pretty well. Can't complain.
My shit's
to be
too
fair,
loud for my apartment. It's the perfect.
I was about to say, like, to be fair, $50 soundbar is all I could get away with in my apartment.
No, so I have.
Damn, we got a hype train coming in already.
Dude, thanks for donating. What's up, peoples? Dude, no, my whole thing was, look, so I have the perfect thing where my neighbors upstairs, they don't give a fuck. I don't think they're there half the time.
Yeah.
My neighbors to the side, I've played that shit pretty bumping. And I've tested it out. I've been kind of reasonable because I'm a very considerate neighbor for the most part. I don't like, how to put it, we have instruments in our house. I don't like those played at night, because those reverberate their walls and whatnot. So I'm very cognizant.
Yeah.
But if I'm drunk one day and I'm like, I'm cranking this shit up.
Yeah.
I've tried it. 3 a.m., no cost call, we good. No sound complaints, we good.
That's why I usually like to live in ghetto places. This is my first nice place that I've ever lived. This place I'm moving in with JJ. So we'll see how that goes.
Now, see, I live in a nice. I don't know. Time out. Whoa, right? By proxy, you sidestepped and said I live in a ghetto ass place.
No. Did not mean it like that because I've been to your place.
It's like time out.
Your
sir.
place has a gate code that works.
That is true. That's when I know I moved up the bracket. But the gate's closed all the time. But no.
And the code isn't 11111.
Is that the code here now?
No, that's not the code. I'll tell you the code off air. Right?
Yeah. Good thing there's a gate that's just always open.
Up to Sammy's gate. It's not even a code. It's just like a Dance Dance Revolution pad outside.
I do have 2 updates on that. Give me a plug in real quick.
Oh, yeah.
2 updates on that, and it has to do with my address. Voice of God here. All the packages for the anniversary gifts are all sent out, so they're all going to be on their way. A lot of them coming this week. So if you want a contest on the anniversary 9-hour stream, check your mailboxes or message us, and then I'll get you the tracking number. Otherwise, you'll get it in your mail pretty soon. Also, it had my real address as the return address, so don't stalk me and don't come kill me. Thank you. It was very spooky.
I will be honest, like, even if I know your address, like, you're still in a complex. I'm not going to fucking bother.
They'll literally look up some stairs and be like, fuck. I drove all the way here for nothing.
Not worth it.
I'm not even sure if there's apartment numbers. Like, I don't even know how I got here the first time.
Literally, I think Sammy guided me on the phone. I was like, where are you? And
No,
I
the
just
building
kept
position
talking.
and number don't even make sense.
No.
But that's how all Texas apartments. When I used to do Uber
my
Eats back in
gosh.
the day, all Texas apartments, their numbers are fucking whack.
Yeah, you'd think numbers would be in numerical order. Nah, nope. I don't know what the point is.
It's a defensive system.
I was literally walking around until I got to a door that I could hear Sammy behind talking to me on the phone. I was like, am I close? And I'd hear like, yeah, you're close. I'm like, oh, okay, it's that way.
It's that one.
Yeah.
See, Marco, pull. All right, you're over there.
Yeah, it's a
No,
maze.
I remember there was this one complex where, so half of the buildings, the numbers matched, but they were just jumbled up. So like building 1 had like 100s, building 2 had 200s.
Yeah.
The other side was like building 13, 113. I'm like, wait, time out. What the fuck is this? I was like, type of fucking, what is it? Alice in Wonderland shit. I'm in some hoo-dah, dog. I was like, where the fuck am I at the time? Things were up and backwards, sideways and downwards.
There's some weird apartments here, too, that are like octagons.
It's like they were just trying to fill up as many spaces as they can with just like housing. Like that's
Pretty
it.
much.
Everyone's moving here so fast. So you're going to get some odd shaped living quarters.
If you're looking for a job, Elon has built... Yeah, I fucked up. Elon is like the 3 big companies that he owns that is not Tesla are all super hiring right now.
Well, the whole thing is, and listen to me, infrastructure people of Austin. There's so much fucking space if you go that way and that way and that way. You can develop other shit. You don't have to just stack it all in the middle of town.
Well, the issue is most people, want to live in the middle of town. Wow. And then if you go any other direction, there's construction. You go south, you run into that I-35.
Yeah.
You go that way, you run into the airport.
Well,
maybe that way is the clear way. I don't know anything that way.
Well, the whole thing is they just need to do more things like the Domain to kind of pull people and have a little center and hubs of like, hey, there's shopping, bars, and all the kind of things that are here. There. South Park Meadows is like halfway there. It has the shopping part, but I mean, not really. It's like
What, you don't like Ross? Three of them, in fact?
oh yeah, Marshalls, yeah. TJ Maxx, all in the same facility. So there's space around. They just kind of need to do more of that spreading because, look, I'm gonna keep it a buck fitty with y'all. Living downtown is cute for like a few months, and then you don't want to do it anymore. I lived downtown for a while. No. Traffic sucks.
Yeah, I don't
living on
live
South
there.
Lamar sucks. Like you have to, like, because I lived on South Lamar, I have to turn into traffic. You know what yo life is like when you turn into traffic. When leaving your garage, leaving your parking garage, it's like, man, can't wait to get started with my. That's it. Your day's done. You're in traffic already. You can't even. I'd get home. I'd be like, I get home after work and be like, cool. I'm just home now. That's it. My day's done. Errands, no. If I didn't do them before I came home. And you wouldn't even want to do them after work because you'd be stuck in traffic getting home. So, no.
Well,
I'm in Vegas a lot. Don't worry. I'll be back. It's like,
I heard everybody on TikTok saying this is the worst time to visit Vegas because of the racing that's going on and everything being in construction. But you just went and you had a great time.
yeah, I mean, I'm there a lot. It's like a lot more than I'm willing to admit.
Well, speaking of like just random extracurriculars, I had a legitimate question for you, Gertz.
Oh, yeah?
How was the Star Wars opera thing or whatever that you went to?
Oh, it was really cool. It was pretty much they just showed the movie, and the movie was playing, but all the music, the soundtrack was done by a live orchestra. So I'd seen Star Wars before, obviously. I've never had it sound like that before, and so it was really neat. There was one thing that got me at the end, like the movie's over and the credits start rolling. You know, like Star Wars credits. This is the orchestra's time to shine. People are just walking like it's a fucking movie. I was just like, this is going to be the best part of the show. Like this was a live music performance, and this is the highlight is the credits for Star Wars, and because you get to hear that live and in person. People just leaving like, no, there's no stinger behind this one. What the hell are you doing?
It's because I don't think, and actually, this kind of goes with how I feel about plays and some other.
Have you been to a lot of plays? I've been to like 5, so I won't say I'm an expert by any means.
I wouldn't say I'm an expert, but my dad stays in Jersey, so by proxy, New York. Hence, like you're gonna sneak in there whether you like it or not. People, I think that there's just no like etiquette learning just yet of like how to operate in, especially orchestras, because orchestras are totally different than concerts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in the same vein, plays totally different than movies, and people just don't know what the fuck to do during those things. Sometimes,
Yeah.
unless you've gone to enough. And I used to be in orchestra, so I'm like. You'll know very clearly when the shit's over.
Yeah.
When niggas start leaving off the stage. So when they start leaving off the stage, you're good.
Yeah, pretty much, because they came, like the conductor came out multiple times to take bows and stuff. Like it was, so I couldn't believe it because I was like, I was like giddy about, the fucking Star Wars credits. We're gonna hear that live, and people all around was like getting up, and I turned to Samantha, I'm like, the fuck are these people doing? And she's like, I don't know. They're nuts. Like,
Well, that's when you pull out your monocle.
Glad I paid $60 to see this movie.
exactly. I was like, this isn't just a fucking movie ticket. Like you paid a premium to see a live performance.
Well, that-
I'd be like, get your butt back down here.
That's when you pull out your monocle and you say, "Oh, these peasants don't understand true artistry."
Yeah.
And you said because you're at an orchestra. So technically,
Yeah, it was funny because like we thought we should get like dressed pretty nicely for the occasion.
Yeah.
And a few people did too. There were a few people like they were just like they looked like bums like seeing the
This is
orchestra.
Austin still.
I know, but still, it's just like you're seeing a live orchestra. Like
dress up
wear a collared shirt. Like is that too much?
Break out
sweater. If you're not going to, still wear a sweater.
Yeah, sweater.
Break out the
something.
polo.
Yeah, something with buttons maybe. Like that's all. But yeah, like
Look like you have some sense.
there were a few people dressed like Star Wars characters from the wrong fucking movies, which also annoyed me. It's like, why am I seeing people dressed like Rey before we see A New Hope?
Was it a child or like a full-on adult?
These were adults. Yeah, there was a kid with more sense. At least he was dressed like Darth Vader. So it's like, yeah, and they had like some photo ops just outside the main theater, I guess is what you'd call it. And it was funny because they had a dude dressed like Darth Vader. They should have found someone taller. Like, just like this guy just looked like a normal dude. It's like you could find someone who's like 6'4" and pay them $100 just for tonight to dress up like Vader. Like, come on.
I mean, shoot. Literally, all you gotta do is go to fucking UT.
Yeah.
Get a broke college student. It's like, hey,
Yeah.
you're
tall.
Give someone an NIL deal to be like, hey, you're Vader for like this entire
You want to
season.
rep you want to rep Star Wars? Yeah, the orchestra.
It was Samantha's idea to go see it.
That's cool.
Yeah, we were just like, hey, what do you want to do this weekend? And she was like, oh, the Austin Symphony's doing Star Wars Live. You want to go to that? And I was like, yeah, that sounds sweet. What was the best song live? Oh man. That's a good question.
I'm gonna be honest. Outside of credits, I don't know the songs either.
Yeah, I mean, I just associate them with
The one at the bar.
that one. They didn't do live.
Wow.
Which shocked me. But I mean, because they would have been playing for like 10 minutes straight if they did that one live. I just associate it with the scenes. So I would say like the scenes where it was like, this is awesome to hear live. I like the music cue a lot when Luke is watching the two sunsets. Like that's the classic scene. The sequence when he finds that his aunt and uncle have been turned into Spirit of Halloween decorations. That music cue hits really hard, especially live. And really like the whole... Oh, the sequence where they're in the Millennium Falcon with the turrets,
yeah,
and they're shooting the TIE fighters. That whole sequence was awesome to hear live. Like they crushed that part.
So I guess they missed out on the trap remix.
Well, if you stuck around for the stinger, you might.
It's the after party.
Yeah.
The orchestra after party has the trap remix.
We were talking about who's that in the patch? Samantha and I were talking about. It's like, man, Empire Strikes Back live would be even better because Empire Strikes Back has the Imperial March, has Yoda's theme, Leia's theme is very prominent in that score. Empire Strikes Back is probably my favorite Star Wars score, but I'm not going to turn my nose up at A New Hope. It's classic.
Sounds like you had fun.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Well, speaking of having fun,
the Steelers suck.
I'm not quite there yet.
Yeah.
I want to catch up a little bit because TJ doesn't get turned up that high for.
Often.
For no reason. I thought, did a friend come from out of town or was it just brunch?
Wrong high, kids. I was like, well, I'm like, man, I look at you the same. It's like, it's so cute. Y'all spend time with y'all's significant other. I'm 3 years and a half years. I'm working. We live and work and do everything together. I'm like, nah, I need a weekend with the boys. Well, that's what I got.
They're within a year, I think, or maybe two. I'm not sure, but either way.
That 3 year mark. And
Yeah.
All right.
We're associates now.
Do our own shit, right? Kidding, nah. Yeah, I was like, hey, look, like, tell you.
I mean, but that is awesome when people do that. Because I actually think that it's cool that you guys take your own separate trips. Like, randomly, I'll follow her on Instagram, and she'll be like, "Oh, she's in Seattle, and TJ's just here watching JJK."
I am. Well, no, you just kind of, how do I put it? Like, well, we live together. We work from home at the same time, and through COVID, like we're good. The trust is there.
Through snowpocalypse.
Through snowpocalypse. And once you had no water with somebody over an extended period of time and no electricity to distract each other, yeah, we're good. So no, but seriously, she joined me on Sunday, but I actually went to go see the. I had. Two of my buddies come from out of town. One of them actually didn't get to link up with like we had thought because someone from his group actually because he was here to see his cousins, and then they got bailed out a little early. But I actually went to go see The Creator on Friday, so I made a whole guys weekend.
I'm hearing like mostly bad things, but the trailer does interest me, and I just want to see something new, which is what this is.
Let me help you out here.
Thank you.
He ain't here. Fuck McGrew's reviews. TJ's reviews. Make this shit quick. Visual and audios. Oh my god. Woo! Some of the best shit you could see in the theater. When they say it's like James Cameron shit, it's right there. You definitely feel that all the way throughout. You're getting the Avatar notes. You're getting the, I guess, Doom notes. You're getting very cinematic, good shots, good audio. I mean, Hans Zimmer's on the track. Come on.
Yeah.
He's good. Now, if we talk about everything else, and the budget, $80 million for what that is. Marvel needs to take fucking notes. It makes me so upset. DC, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. $80 million for what I saw, beautiful, immaculate. No, aside of that though. So about the thing that you're sitting there for to watch. So it's not bad. It's not bad.
Sounds like it's not worth it.
It's like one of those ones where I'm like, I do not regret seeing it in theaters. And theaters is the best experience to see it.
Okay.
Semicolon, however, comma, man, you get through, and the first half, you're like, all right, I'm rocking with some of these things. Some of the shots and what they're going for and some of the themes, they've got like a whole, like futuristic, but neo-grunge. Like, it's really cool. I like what they're going for. And it's the aesthetic that's speaking to me, right?
Yeah.
I'm talking, you have some sections where shit could have been pulled right out of Akira, like in terms of like the aesthetic design. And then I don't know, man. You get like halfway through that movie, and you're like, but I need some splaining. I said, someone got to tell me from point A to point B. There's a logical conclusion to how this shit could have worked out. That's a plot hole. And by the time you get to the end, you're like, y'all niggas dumb. Just no one's making no goddamn sense for how. And y'all could have done this from the start. And no one did that. And I hate it when I get to the end of a movie and I'm like, if the whole mission, like when you ramp up and you get to the certain things, if the shit could have been initiated earlier.
Yeah.
And it doesn't, and no one's giving a good reason why it wasn't. I have a problem.
I'm with you. You just wasted my time.
Because I'm like, y'all motherfuckers this shit could have been solved. Well, one way or another. And then also there's some like things and love notes. Like, it sucks because I see like there is a world where all of the pieces are there.
Yeah.
And like, and I think that's the most painful part of the movie where it's like, oh man, this could have been elevated with some good cuts and some extensions in other parts.
Yeah.
And really just letting it slow roll.
Did Gareth Edwards write it as well as direct it?
I think so, but actually, not certain on that. I don't want to make it a guarantee.
Okay.
The direction is good. Like, oh my gosh, and this comes from someone who, where is he?
Where's Tommy?
No. Well, Rogue One's an amazing movie.
What? No, it's not.
Yes.
It's fine.
Now, someone who loves Rogue One, you're seeing that shit in this too. Now that said, like I said, I'm trying my best not to spoil anything. I wouldn't say not watch it because I think this movie off of VFX alone deserves everything it got. Like I think it deserves money. I think it deserves time. I think it deserves viewership. Because I think that this needs to be held up. I think this needs to be held up as more of a standard of you can make amazing movies for just a normal budget, and I think it's gotten pulled back away from some of those aspects.
I just hate that Hollywood in general seems to be leaving with the worst lessons. Because this is made for me to like it. It's like, here's a beautiful sci-fi movie, but everyone tells me the story is bad. Even you're saying it's not great. And then, like, every other alternative, except for Barbie, has failed.
Well, I think it's just because, so this one is, it's tough because you don't go, like, because I know people are like, it's some new shit. It's new shit. Aesthetically, it has some of the, it pays because I'm legitimately, when I say, some of the best shots I've seen this year. Mm-hmm. Like, just, like, you're like, beautiful, scaping landscapes, all this other shit. And then you're like, stop talking. Like, just shut the fuck up. Then just show me shit. And then the other part is, and it actually leaned in a little tonally. You're not expecting it to be, for lack of a better term, as funny as it is.
Okay.
Shit has some comedic tones, but it's a little like some of the times you're like, oh, okay, this is the direction we're taking. I guess this is the direction we're taking. Which I don't necessarily think is a bad thing. That said, what did I give it when I left it? We need another ranking system that is a number. I think I sat at a 6.
So you sound like a 6.
I sat at a 6.
I was gonna guess.
Like, if it was just VFX alone, this is like probably the closest to a 9-ish that I could give.
I mean, the last original and I may be wrong. It's just me remembering, like, the last time I was blown away by a sci-fi movie was Judge Dredd, probably 10 years ago.
Oh man,
And I'm just not counting the like Marvel or even the good things that DC has done.
Was that after District 9?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
this has everything you'd want. Like I said, I think, and some people might be more softer on it than I am. The person I watched it with was like, it's a 6.5, and then we talked on Sunday because you're hanging out again. He was like, it's 7. So it was like an increase a bunch. But I think that but I think that it's but this also and something you're pointing out. Oh my gosh. Something the chat's pointing out is straight up, it's okay.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I don't need to be blown away every time. Now, granted, my expectation is to, go not leave the theater mad, and I didn't. Like, it was fine. Like, I wasn't, like, I regretted it. But, I mean, any movie that has me doing one of these always gonna get a little bit of, because I did look at my watch for a second. I said, no, and I only looked at my watch because I was like, the things I wanted you to dwell on, you didn't dwell on, and then the shit that I didn't want you to dwell on, you dwelled on. It was just weird. But yeah, ended up on a 6. And then after The Creator, I went into Saturday, had a nice chill day to myself. Kayla was out there shopping, doing whatever she needed to do because going to Japan here in a couple weeks. And then Sunday.
Pause on that note just real quick. And Josh, I know you asked us to do review of Reservation Dogs. We are doing reviews. It's just seasonal now, except for movies, big movies kind of thing. That being said, at least half this month, TJ and Sam are going to be gone, so we're trying our best to schedule everything as best we can.
I was like, I can't even make a safety net statement for myself. I was like, man, a nigga got to travel. I'm always gone anyway. That's a problem. I was like,
this is the longest you've ever traveled.
Yes. This is, well, at least over the last few years. Yeah, 2 weeks. I don't think I've ever taken 2 weeks off of work ever. Shout out to work for letting me do that. Kind.
We are covering Castlevania, but that will be on the Anime Excellence. Just letting you know.
There's a lot of shit we got to cover on the Anime Excellence. We'll do one before I go on, though. That said, I decided. My homie wanted to go to brunch on Sunday. And I got fucked up. And when I say fucked up, I got fucked up. I'm talking. The guy there was dedicated. He was one of the homies. He came up. He was like,
did you get fucked up on mimosas, though?
Got fucked up on mimosas and margs, baby. $5 margs. And so...
that is actually kind of hard to do.
Yeah, it was... I'm telling you, motherfucker he was determined. So we were sitting there and, we get to the table. It's at a spot here called Valencia's. Amazing brunch deal. $13, bottomless mimosas, $5 margs, the whole 9. Food's really good. And so we're drinking. I'm like, yeah, I'm here to have a good time. First thing I'm drinking. And then, literally, there's a time where I'm talking because we cheers to a touchdown.
Yeah.
Cheers. Finished our mimosa. And I kid you not, I put the glass down, and he's like, he just looks at me, he gives you the head nod, he's like, I'm going. And then he came up to our table, he was like this savant, just
it's bottomless mimosas, right?
Bottomless, but bottomless means that eventually you have to hit a bottom. Motherfucker would not let us get to the bottom of any of our glasses, and if we did, there's literally a video of me kicking one back for our fantasy football thing, and he still followed up with me. And so I'm feeling great after these mimosas, and then we went to Jack and Ginger's. And continue to drink a little bit more. It was a great time. I got home. I didn't even watch the night game. I crashed, went to bed. I woke up in you know how to do the early crash. You wake up at midnight. You're like, damn, I'll drink a lot during the day. But it was a great time. But it was a minute since I laxed up a little bit like that. But brunching was fun. It was a good time. Valencia's
I feel
great.
like brunch always catches up with you because you obviously haven't ate before you went.
Yeah, because it was just gym, brunch.
So Jim already has you at a deficit where your body's like, whatever you give me, I will absorb.
I was doing the adulting things. I took some electrolytes before. I drank water. I was preparing myself. But it was still so much fun because we stood up, we're walking to Jack and Ginger's, and that's when I was like, holy shit. Been there for 3 hours. That motherfucker was not letting us leave. But no, it was a great time. And yeah, it was a good weekend. Very relaxing. And so actually got to being lame up until for the next few weeks. Just mainly because honestly, I'm gonna be Japan, so trying to just not do too much. So
You're trying to save money before it costs like $30 for a fucking watermelon or whatever they charge over there.
no, so they're expensive on their fruits, but their drinking culture is something I've been forewarned about many a times. They were like, you're gonna die the first time you go out, and I was like, what do you mean? I was like, just so you know, people there will let you pass out on the street. Make sure you have your phone and wallet on you, and then just leave you on the street.
I've seen TikToks of people passed out on the street 100%.
And that's just how that city. That's just how Japan works. It's a very big drinking culture. And when I'm talking, I was sat down. So like one of my homies at work was literally like, because we're gonna be there at the same time. We're actually gonna link up. He was like, I'll be there when you fall. And I said, what do you mean, dog?
When you were talking about the creator real quick, I looked up, did Gareth Edwards write it? Because I knew he was directing it. He did write it, because it sounds like one of his movies that he's written. But he also wrote it with Chris Wentz, who peaked with his first script, which was Ants.
You know what?
Ants is good.
Ants is good.
Ants is fucking good.
Thank you. You know what you got?
Yeah.
Time out. I do not like Ants haters. All right?
JJ isn't here, but he's the biggest defender of ants being overlooked.
Thank you. Because
we're with him.
Because that shit came out during Bug's Life, and I had Ants on VHS.
Yeah.
You know what I didn't have on VHS? Bug's Life. Fuck you.
Yeah, I had Ants on VHS. There was the most serious argument Samantha and I ever had. It was Bug's Life over
Boo
Ants.
to ants. I don't know who Mary Jane Brain is.
That might be Samantha. That might be her. Ants is great.
I'm talking like, look, where you get with Bug's Life? It's that soft shit. Ants is hard.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not. I think you got it backwards. Ants is about a class uprising. People breaking.
Also about an uprising against the Hopper. Grasshopper.
Yeah, but that was more the like Seven Samurai, but with Bug. I'm not arguing that, but the reason the Ants was so weird was like they literally have a war scene where everyone dies.
Yeah.
They cuss in it, and I was like, this is a kids movie.
It's got a much better script. It's so much funnier. I mean, I just
Delivers on what the kids need.
I just rewatched both A Bug's Life and Ants like last month, pretty much back to back, and I was like, A Bug's Life is fine. It's not bad.
It's not bad.
fine.
It does get overlooked. I feel like every Disney movie between Hercules or even Hercules, like up until I don't know, what was their first big hit? Tangled, maybe. Like in my brain.
No, there's a period that. So
Tarzan, dude.
let's.
Tarzan. Fucking
Now we're ripping off
slaps.
the Band-Aid. If y'all don't understand, I'm unlike this guy over here. All right, because he
can join.
No,
we
he's
have.
No, he could not.
He's open about his Disney love. I'm a lover of classic Disney, but there is a period that Disney movies do get overlooked for sure. I mean, Emperor's New Groove, I think, is criminally underrated.
I agree. That movie's hilarious.
That's part of that overrated period, but I overlooked. Overlooked.
And then, of course, y'all know how I feel about the Goofy movie. It's a black movie. It's like it's about the cause. But seriously, like there's a lot of movies in that period that get severely underlooked. That said, I feel like there's a lot of movies. I think animation in general got a bad end of the stick during that period because there's a lot of movies that didn't get like a lot of shine that should have.
Well, now people are overcorrecting because they're saying Atlantis was good, and that is not true. That movie's terrible. Like again, I've watched it fairly recently, like a year or two ago. It's bad, and so is Treasure Planet. They're both bad movies.
Well, that's the next one they're defending.
Yeah, they are incorrect. There's a reason those movies underperformed. They're really bad.
But you know what? No one else has mentioned Road to El Dorado.
That's better than both of those.
No, we're not talking about Disney.
No.
So we're talking about underrated movies.
Titan AE is overlooked. Titan AE is good. Titan AE is a better version of Treasure Planet.
I remember being confused. I was like, Matt Damon is not Matt Damon?
And it's got like the most 90s soundtrack ever. It's ridiculous. But Treasure Planet, I remember I was talking about this on another show. I was on...
Wait, was Treasure Planet Disney too?
Yes, it was.
How they Why'd they do that?
There was a comment on when I was talking about it on another show. It was with Chris Herman, and someone commented in Twitch, and it cracked me up. And it's like they're in ships flying through space, but they still use rope. I was like, yeah, it's so stupid. Like, it's such a dumb idea. Like, it's a non-starter. Ugh.
Use rope now with all our guns.
But we don't.
And space shuttles?
Yeah,
On the outside?
the Challenger didn't explode because of a rope. Like, that's all I know.
I'll give you. I did like Lilo and Stitch, and actually, it's one of the few that I actually think transitioned into having a television series that was also good.
Yeah.
And so
That's actually my belief is these movies that we're talking about being a little overlooked, those should be the ones that get live action reboots most of the time.
Yes. I bought the URL Atlantis the Lost Empire with hopes that Disney is going to do a live action remake, so they have to buy the URL back from me. I bought the URL Atlantis the Lost Empire, so if Disney wants it, they can have it, but they got to buy it from me because I own it.
damn, Gertz, you're playing chess.
I initially did it as a joke to fuck with Herman, but then I was like, oh, actually, no, Disney might come knocking one day. It's like, we want to remake this movie that a few people...
Hey, look.
It was like $40. It was not much. And that's after tax.
Extremely goofy movie was the... It's underappreciated too. Why not have a goofy movie themed around X Games shit?
Yeah.
All right.
Makes sense.
And it shows the big kid winning in that one. He gets the girl.
Well, a little bit about my weekend.
How was your weekend?
I won't take up too much time. My friend Paco came into town, and then I found this random East Side mini open putt-putt.
Oh.
And what it is all the bars just make a putt-putt.
Where is this?
So it's only for that day.
Okay.
But it started at, it was around the Tamale House. The Grackle had one. Zilker Brewery had one. The Liberty had one.
Eastside's been doing a lot of work over there and continues to look real dope.
They had, it's like funny, like as the worse the West or Dirty Six reputation is, the better East Six is getting.
Well, we've always, and I think that's universally, we've always enjoyed East because it's nice.
100%.
It has the bars you can sit down at. It's always been a cool vibe.
I will say with the condos though, like the Liberty sticks out like a sore thumb now.
Hell yeah. but now, like, it's getting a little bit more, it's developed into it, like, you consider it a part of the town, which a lot of people wouldn't. And I'd take people who come in and I'd be like, oh, let's go to Dirty. I'm like, me?
No.
No. I'm a taken man.
My favorite
Also
was
grown.
My favorite was at the Grackle. Their putt-putt was actually like a pinball machine.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Like, people went above and beyond, and all it was to build community. There was a championship given away. I saw the person that won it, and they were like, all right, we're headed to the Liberty to get drunk.
Time out. Joshua Forever. It has bars you can set at as wild things that has to be said. Bars should have chairs. Man, trust me, you go into some of those Dirty Six bars and you'll be like, oh yeah, where's a chair? Like they might be there, but you're too drunk to realize.
There's a reason college girls are drunk on the floor on 6th Street.
Right. I don't like. Actually, shit. There's some bars that straight up just don't have seats.
I don't even know what bars are alive on Dirty Six, but I know that Ray's favorite, the Shot Bar, did not have anything.
Buckshot?
Buckshot.
It's not Ray's favorite. It's UT's favorite. So, back in our day. Back in.
Well, he went to UT.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's how I know. like now, whenever you'd go to Buckshot, I'm talking. It used to be the spot that you'd be like, man, I had a great night drinking, and then like, no matter what. That clock strikes at 1:45. You got 15 minutes. You wake up at Buckshot. You're like, where am I? How did I get here? Why am I pounding back 7?
I thought that was Barbarella. Barbarella was the one that I was like, how the fuck did I like teleport here?
Nah, Barbarella's didn't have $15 champagne bottles, which Buckshot did. $15, $10 if you worked over
Barbarella
there.
is open till 3, so everyone that was still conscious at 2:30 would be there.
That's true. My knees hurt, so I don't go out. I'm kidding. It's like, but I have not been at Barbarella's in a while. I haven't been to Dirty in a long time. I like to keep it that way.
I only go for like after party hanging out with Ray, but he doesn't even do that anymore. Now he's like, time for bed.
I don't mind going. I don't mind going out at all. It's more so, you just can't get me to go on one of the main streets. Take me to a bar. Take me to a place I'm going to be at for a little bit. And that is next to a couple. That's why I like East.
Yeah.
At least there's a couple of options, and you be like, hey, cool, we could change the vibe if we want to. But I'm probably going to sit out here and chill and have a conversation with people for a while.
I can go to Liberty and get a Yellow Belly for $6, or I can go to like the Lucky Duck and get a nice cocktail for $12. Like you can really change the vibe in a way that you can on West 6 or Bangers. Bangers is all. I mean, not Bangers. I said Bangers because Bangers is on.
West,
yeah. But yeah, all those places are all crafty or all shitty.
I'd even give Domain a nice little thumbs up. Rainy's
Domain has grown up with us a little bit, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm like, I can go to the Domain. I'm like, you all right, kid.
Yeah, Domain's fine. It's more convenient for me. That's for sure.
I will say I didn't go to either. A Mexican out on Saturday. The gym that I go to, they were having a pachanga. Basically, it was the 3rd-year anniversary of the gym opening, and they were like, let's throw a big party. And
Good thing he explained for us.
You really didn't know what pachanga was?
Hey, man. I'm only Dominican every third something. every full moon. That's
I just smile and nod to avoid looking ignorant.
Well,
It's a good defense
yeah.
mechanism.
We those I actually had a Hispanic culture month. I had a
we're in the middle of Hispanic Heritage Month, just
I had
so you know.
Thank you. I had a Hispanic Heritage Month trivia today.
What was the question and how wrong were you?
I was not. So I actually, I got more right than you would think, and I knew. So now, to be fair, and I realized how many of the capitals of Central America that I know.
Oh,
Because I know the song.
the Animaniac song?
No, oh my gosh, Mexico de F Mexico, Guatemala. You know,
I don't remember that episode of Animaniacs.
I can never pronounce it. Honduras' capital. It's the one with the T that's really, really long, and you're like, I don't fucking know.
That's
El
what-
Salvador.
That's what it says on the globe. The one that starts with a T that's really, really long. Oh, yeah.
Man, it's a bunch of letters.
Damn. I'm gonna be honest. This is like a native word. I'm gonna
yeah.
suck
It's
at
hard.
Tegucigalpa.
Yeah, I give up.
Like I was like, there's a lot of G's and U's, and it's aggressive. Tegucigalpa. Thank you. Tegucigalpa, Honduras, San Salvador, El Salvador.
Well, this is a video of the party that we were at.
Panama, Habana,
No, nice.
Cuba.
There's a whole bunch of just Mexicans jamming out. They brought a mariachi band.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah. The food was free, and then just people walking around just being like, hey, you want to air drink this tequila?
All right.
Should have sounded the horn. I'll put on my Dominican cap.
You would have had fun just mixing with everybody, honestly.
We all had fun weekends, and now we're here.
Yeah, for the not so fun.
And now we're here
We've been
to
putting
talk.
it off. You realize how long this pre-show was? It's because we didn't want to talk about this week.
I thought we were making up for Tommy not taking over the show, but yeah, it was a little of that. Our first topic is about fucking basketball. That's how light this week was.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll be right back. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Commitment to Mexcellence. I will be your host. My name is Marco, but I'm not alone. Across from me, we have the Mexcellence ambassador to Japan,
DJ, what's up? Next to me.
the Mexcellence ambassador to Virginia.
What? I don't want that. Hi, everybody. I'm Gertz.
Do you want a better state?
No, that's it. I just don't feel comfortable being an ambassador for anybody anywhere. A lot of pressure, and I'm pretty off the cuff.
What's your opinion? Yeah, it's like, what's your opinion on civil rights?
Are you mad about upsetting the Virginians?
I don't know, man. Like, people got mad at me for saying Atlantis the Lost Empire sucks. So I never know what upsets people nowadays.
I don't know. We should just get hot takes. Like we should start every show with a hot take of the day.
I mean, don't we finish this with the hot take?
Pretty much.
Remember the first show of the season, I brought up a hypothetical about the movie Soul, and I was silenced.
I thought it was kosher.
Not on air, I can't do it.
All right, that's just another example of me throwing something
You'll
out there.
have my neck up in paperwork. HR department.
I got Marco. I was like, yeah, let's talk about that. And everyone else is like, no.
The world wants to know. But before that, the world wants to know what is up with Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
And you were saying he does this every media day.
Yeah, he did it last year where he had a ridiculous hairstyle. So I think this year it's striking at an emotional truth with Jimmy Butler.
Oh, really?
I think so. I think he's really sad. And I think he's being funny about it. But I really think he's bummed that Dame Lillard is not going to the Miami Heat because that's all we've been hearing about for months. And that they lost the NBA Finals. That sucks. So
I mean, I did hear... I think it was a meme or it was a tweet, but somebody was like, after he couldn't sign Dame, cut my contract into pieces. This is my last resort.
Yeah. He's been pretty clear about he doesn't want to go anywhere after Miami either. So I think he knows he's kind of like at the tail end of his career.
But I mean, somehow, I don't know where it just magically happened. Jimmy Butler's just been rising the ranks. I like him so much.
I've always liked Jimmy Butler. I'm so happy. I'm welcoming people to the Jimmy Butler fandom. As soon as I heard about him, I was like, I like this dude.
I will say that I was really impressed that he didn't just do the emo straightening of his hair.
No.
He did the research and was like,
oh yeah,
I really like hot mulligan in the front bottoms. I'm like, you did not just you didn't just do the aesthetics. You did the research. You could write a paper on Midwest emo now.
Yeah, he's a man full of surprises. He rocks out to Hootie and the Blowfish.
Now, I will say, Hootie and the Blowfish and of themselves, but I am a closeted Darius Rucker fan. Darius Rucker is, and I didn't know that I needed you, so I'm still from Texas, bitch.
I just thought the images were funny.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, he's awesome.
And the nicknames were great too. Ball Out Boy.
Okay, that's really good.
Yeah.
Tonight
will be the night that I ball for you.
I mean, I ball for you. I like when, I guess and it happens in the NBA because there are way more characters there. I like when I do stupid shit. Look, the more authentic you are, the more just, like, the more I'm going to like you as a player. Like, don't, because we talk about the Aaron Rodgers where you're like, no, you're just an asshole. That's why it's not fun to watch you. Yeah. But it's also, like, interesting whenever you see like people who are just like, at this point in my career, I don't give a fuck. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to be me, and if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. It's Jamal Williams, right?
Jamal, the anime guy.
Anime. He's just like,
He walked out with One Piece cleats.
Mm-hmm. He lives his best life, and that's cool.
Yeah.
I like how honest he is with, like, I'm this loud personality, but once the season is over, don't come looking for me.
Yeah. I respect that.
No, because usually the, like, more honest players are like, or like, and not even more honest players are the ones who are genuinely like, I am on because I'm legally obligated to be on these cameras. If I was not on these cameras, like, don't be like Kyrie.
Right. Jesus.
He gave money to the pink sauce lady.
We don't need more Kyrie.
Stop it.
Well, let's find out if we need more of our next subject. That's all we can say. There's not much to say besides Jimmy Butler was having fun. But on this note, don't think any of us were up for it. It was at 9:30 in the morning, but we've all seen clips of it. The Disney game.
Yep.
Throws intercepted. Darius Williams has it for the Jags, and he might be gone. Flames coming out of his cleats. A 61-yard pick six.
I hate it.
Nickelodeon 1, Disney 0. That's
Really? You didn't like because Nickelodeon doesn't do the 1-for-1.
No,
But
but
they don't need to.
they don't need to. Nickelodeon they keep it about the game. Like this is a stunt that's like Disney, like like to your point, the 1-to-1 thing. It's almost like look what we're capable of doing, as opposed to Nickelodeon. It's like we're going to air a football game and we're going to make it about the game, but we're going to just accent it with Nickelodeon things. There's going to be slime when people get a touchdown. SpongeBob might be laughing on at the line of scrimmage. Patrick might roast Russell Wilson.
See, okay, it's like, hey, you know what? Nickelodeon is like, here's a burger. We're adding some cheese, and we're getting a little wacky.
Yes.
We like onion jam on our burgers. And Disney's like, we deconstructed a burger, and now there's just a patty and a bun, nothing else, bitch. Like, I didn't want that. I wanted the burger because that's what I fucking signed up for.
Yeah, there was nothing fun about any of these clips other than, wow, I can't believe they did that. That's about the extent of the reaction.
And it didn't even feel like they put, like, how to put it, if you're going to do it, then put all the money in the fucking world at it. And make it look like some wild and shit. I mean, don't... Why Toy Story? Why? Just why?
And they're lucky there weren't any like graphic injuries during this game. Can you imagine if like there was that Nick Chubb injury during this?
Ooh.
Yeah, his leg turned into a Tetris piece. Can you imagine that?
Sid would have walked out, and then
Oh no!
That would have been awesome. You know what? If they had planned that, I would retract my Nickelodeon 1, Disney 0.
I can't find the clip, but I saw it over the weekend. The claw coming down when Calvin Ridley got ejected from the game.
That's pretty funny. I'll give him that. Yeah, I mean, also like it was a game that didn't matter really. I mean, like no one was watching this.
Also, the 9 a.m. game.
It's a 9 a.m. game between two teams that people don't really care about right now. Like, I mean, the Jags are disappointing this season. The Falcons are kind of like, they're better than I thought they'd be, but are they interesting? Not really.
Again, Gertz, when your only move is
Run the ball.
Drake London didn't caught a touchdown.
But he was even confused. He was like, the fuck is this shit?
Yeah.
Where did this come from?
Balls go in the air? Like, it's like, I've never seen that.
Don't throw that. Hand it to me. What are you doing?
This is football.
It's not called throw ball.
I mean, is there any Disney property that you would prefer they use? I think this is the only one that makes sense.
I just don't.
Disney property.
No, I don't want Pixar having it.
I would want some like obscure shit, like the Black Cauldron or something. Get some eyes on that shit. Yeah.
No, give me Mickey. I want the main squad. Don't give me your Disney shit.
As Josh Man said.
If Nickelodeon's putting SpongeBob's ass out there, I want Mickey's ass. Especially before you lose the royalties or the permissions. Becomes common property. Or...
Yeah, I mean, they'll find some way to do it.
So I said, it's like, yeah, there we go, Josh Man Forever. I want some House of Mouse shit. Pull out all your cards.
Gargoyles.
That would be dope, actually. Would never happen because they're burying that as hard as they can because they had gun violence on that show.
God, that's so silly. I can't believe like
Gargoyles is in the banished realm.
It's a good show, and they're just like, no.
Old school Toon Disney was really good.
Yeah.
Before it became Disney XD, bad. But old school Toon Disney, really, really good.
Well, before we move on to our next subject, just want to take a moment to announce while we have everybody before they go to bed kind of that next on Thursday we have a very special Más o Menos episode where we are going to have Chancla Academy show up. And we're going to be talking about art inspirations, music, everything that it's going to be our Hispanic Heritage podcast where we just cover what motivates us and inspires us to be proud of our roots kind of thing.
I would just like to call out, we didn't get the funding during the Black History Month for shows like this.
You literally had a show.
You literally had 2 shows.
Hey, I'm telling you, but y'all guys get special guests. I'm just saying. There's some inequality.
You got Martin.
So not fair.
Martin has as many like Twitter subscribers as he does. Whatever you want to use as a judgment.
You know, it's a lie. No, I'm kidding.
Well,
That's really exciting. No, for reals. Super excited. Guys, you really should tune into that one. I know that for those who aren't even on air today, everyone's super excited to just see how guys genuinely have that conversation. It's a great topic.
He's really excited to talk about music because he hosts a music festival twice a year. So
that's cool.
He says he has a lot of behind the scenes stories about the struggles of bands trying to make it and wants to put some light on them, kind of deal.
All right, we'd love to see it.
Well, let's go to our handy dandy notebook and see what the next
our playbook. Hopefully it's not the Broncos. It's got the Broncos color on it.
Darth Rabbit asked for it. Someone in this Discord, give him the link. So one of y'all can find it.
This subject was actually asked for us by someone that's not here today, and I don't mean Tommy.
Okay.
But they think we've been talking too much shit about him, and that we owe this guy an apology. And
For who? Who? We don't give out apologies on this show. We say shit and then don't regret it.
And who's this dead person making this request?
it's Jordan. He's been here before.
Oh, okay.
But he
fine,
asked
fair.
He asked us to apologize for Baker and the way we've been treating him.
Absolutely not. Absolutely.
I like Baker.
He's played 3 good games. Like, you know how Baker rolls. How would I say about Baker?
First off,
he doesn't wear success well. He never has and never will. That's just how he is.
Sorry, you actually, there was a mini pun there, and I just hated it. But you were not thinking in that, Laren, so that's okay.
Genius Monster, thanks for the coming in clutch for.
Oh
no, but yes, I was like, how Baker rolls. I was like, that's why I was like, I hate you.
I wasn't even thinking that.
We have a quota of 3 puns. That's one. We got 2
that
more.
was even unintentional, and I was like,
Dude, the bounce back one was unintentional. The Walmart one, that was just me making a joke about their size.
But no, when it comes to Baker Mayfield, I like Baker. I like that he has a chance. I don't think he deserves everything just yet, but I like what I'm seeing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's okay. I can give him compliments, but I can also be very cognizant of his previous, history. But also, seeing the Browns crumble makes me realize how much more I want to give more credit to Baker.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll give you that.
Because that shitty ass,
The shitty ass human over there.
the shitty ass organization.
Oh.
For facilitating that foolishness is just.
Who would have thought a team named Brown had so many things you can pick apart that were shitty?
I did, but that's just because I know that team relatively well. They're a terrible organization.
But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm not going to give him an apology, but I will say that Baker looks good, and the more that he plays well, the more that we can boost that up. And we also know that the Buccaneers are not a bad team. Remember that they have pretty much the majority of their same pieces with some adjustments that Tom Brady won with. So I mean, you plug in the quarterback. Not the same level of Tom Brady at all. He does well with it, though. I think he's actually maximizing other pieces that he typically wouldn't, like Tom Brady doesn't approach, because they're very different players.
I don't think Tom Brady was even playing that great last year, honestly.
I don't think he was playing.
He was. They had no run game. So,
and now they do.
Yeah, they do. So he didn't. I don't think he fell off a cliff, but he definitely It was one of his worst years, which is still he was probably league average, probably across the board that year.
He ended off on a good note, which doesn't always happen. And I don't think it was a bad in relative to Tom Brady, the best.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Yeah. No one's going to be like, man, that 45-year-old man sucked out there.
See his knees quaking and shit.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I will give the Bucs credit. They are better than I thought they'd be. But
They're pretty good.
Yeah. I know Baker Mayfield, dude.
He's gonna fail.
He's in my division. This dude gets cocky. He has a string of 2 or 3 good games. He gets cocky.
And then does stupid shit.
Does stupid stuff, trying to make tackles that he shouldn't be trying to make, throwing balls to and fro. You should watch the Falcons play. But yeah, I'll give the Bucs credit right now. I'll give Baker credit right now. He's played well the past 3 games, but do not put your faith in that man. He will let you down. He will make you hurt.
But if it's any consolation, I don't even think Baker Mayfield's in the bottom half of QBs this year.
No, he's not. Yeah, I think he's right in the middle. Maybe in just I think he's the bottom end of the top half.
No, you're 100% right.
Because we'll talk about some of these quarterbacks who are not close to that bottom top half.
I mean, this has been a really topsy-turvy year. It's still coming down to, I can't believe Joe Burrow has not even straightened the ship a little bit.
Motherfucker just needs to rest.
I told you. I told you the Bengals are paper tigers. That's all they are. All they ever will be.
Hey, I'm not a defender of them. I just thought he would get at least, I don't know, 150 yards. Like,
Nope. He's got a bad calf. Like that. Like,
And they won't do it. It's like,
yeah.
motherfuckers, just rest him.
Yeah.
Zach Taylor's a bad coach.
He is. Their
But
season's over.
I know we're talking about coaches a little bit later. A couple questions in the chat. Do you think the Buccaneers are going to win the NFC South? I mean,
I still think that's the Falcons.
no.
But I also think that
I
it's
think the
not going to
Bucs-
be impressive.
I think the Bucs are going to win it, actually. You said the Falcons. Once again, it's not
They
going to
beat
win
the
you
Packers.
games. And
The Packers are still an okay team, a
they're an
litmus
okay
team.
The Packers, they're
Yeah.
all right.
They're all right.
They're a good litmus test.
But I still am not going to give them, like, that's not, you telling me they beat the Packers is not like they're going to beat, no, that's just
I'm
means
just saying, if they can
they're
beat the
good.
Packers, they can easily beat the Saints and the Panthers, and then it's 50-50 with the Bucks.
Yeah. What's the Falcons quarterback name? Desmond Ridder? Is that right?
Yes.
I trust him doing this more than Baker doing this.
Nah, but you forget who's at the end of this. It is Mike Evans. and
Isn't
Chris
he
Godwin.
hurt?
Motherfucker, y'all need to understand with Mike Evans. Mike Evans has a hamstring injury every time the wind blows heavy. He's fine. Motherfucker will come back into games with a hamstring injury. He ain't no bitch. He literally he's like, I have
no bitch.
He has a 1,000 yard per season record holder. He's not letting that shit go. He plays hurt. He doesn't give a shit. He'll catch. I've seen him where it gets I've always had him on fantasy, so I know how often he gets injured.
Do you have them this year?
I have him this year. I have him every year on my main league. And I'm not kidding you. Don't worry about Mike Evans. He'll be fine.
Just run that dude in the dirt. The good old Tommy method.
Except Mike Evans has, like, when you see him play, you're like, no wonder he can play hurt. Because half-leg Mike Evans is better than most receivers in the league. Mike Evans on any other team would have rings on rings on rings. He's just so nice and humble. He likes the Buccaneers. And they treat him right.
Yeah, they should.
They have treated him like royalty since he got there from Texas
And they should
A&M.
give him. If he asks for an extension, which he has, fucking just give the man his money. Call it a day. The organization would be nothing without him. That said, like I said, there's some other bad eggs that hopefully we get to talk about because we're doing a game run through.
We are doing a game run through, but before that, we're doing what we've been doing since the start of the season. We're doing a little stop in college. We're not really going to talk about the Colorado Buffaloes today because they didn't really to me, I think they did what they were supposed to do.
Yeah, they lost by 1 touchdown against a really, really good team that no one gave them a shot against.
And I would even say they could have won that game with some better management at the end of the game.
Yeah.
That was the worst coached last drive I've ever seen, not on Dion, on their OC. That was pitiful, pathetic, terrible, garbage. You burnt minutes off the clock to bank on an onside kick in college? Kickers in college barely know which way is up or down.
Well, on that note, we are talking about someone on the other side of the ball. We're talking about Caleb Williams, something that has only possible because of NIL deals, where he's looking at teams that are on the bottom 5, and he's like, if I don't like them, I'm just going to stay in college because I can still get paid here.
Yeah. Yep. So who are the bottom 5 teams that he's looking at right now?
Well, he definitely doesn't want to play for the Bears. That's
Yeah, nor should anybody.
He literally looked at a paper. He's like, the Bears, Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah.
The Bears, Guantanamo Bay.
So it's got to be like what? The Bears, the Broncos, the Giants.
Yep.
Who else?
well. Here's what he said. It's also kind of surprising that college players have agents now, but you obviously have to.
Has that been
Yeah.
confirmed?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
He will only play for 5 teams: the Cowboys, the Raiders, the Vikings, the Giants, and the 49ers.
Okay. Good news for the Giants. They don't have to pay him for 4 years while they pay Daniel Jones way too much money.
That is 100% correct.
What I would say is, as a Cowboys fan, I'm not going to say no. I'm happy you like our team. But
Say
you know
yes.
how
Emphatically, you should say yes.
you know how I feel? Tank for Shador, baby. I'm waiting for that one. Waiting for that golden goose to cook. I like Shador, all right?
So I know Tommy isn't here today, but I have a beef with USC quarterbacks. I don't think they're that great.
I think it's the system. But, I mean, Caleb Williams, I'm like, I don't think he's bad. Like, don't get twisted. Like, if we got Caleb, I'm not going to say no. Like, you know what I mean? But
You already got a first-round pick in Trey Lance.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Well, didn't he go number 3?
Yeah, he did go number 3.
You got a deal.
Jerry Jones literally looked at his lunch bag, said, "Man, I got some paper clips and some, used tissue.
Yeah.
Y'all want that for him?" And then,
What can I get for a McGriddle wrapper?
he's like,
Kyle Shanahan's like, this garbage.
just handed him off. I have this broken toy, so you can have him. No, so yeah, I mean, I want, like I said, Shador on the Cowboys is a match made in heaven because that is a media maelstrom that I want to be a part of. But realistically speaking, I mean, I do like how college players can say, "Don't banish me to the fucking bin. I'm one of the best players in my career at the moment." Mm-hmm. But I also will go on the inverse. It's a little uppity.
Yeah, part of me is kind of like,
You know what I mean? Like, I'm in the middle. I'm like, you're a little uppity for being like, man, suck it up. You earn your stripes.
Well, this has been a position that is just like, shut up and accept this $500,000 contract when everybody else is getting paid millions. Like, this is the first time that like they have power to say no.
And that's what I like. And I'm like, hey, you have a little bit of like leeway. And of course, hey, you should enjoy. First of all, I think they should be encouraging more college players to enjoy their college time because you don't get that shit back. That said,
there is a caveat that you can get injured and lose out on all money.
I think he's kind of transcended to where an injury wouldn't end him.
my issue, to your point, is more like if a player's like, I'm not going there after like they've already tried to make a move for him, like what Eli did.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. Him like saying at this point, I will only play for 5 teams in the NFL. That's really arrogant. And like, you haven't earned that yet. Like, no, you haven't taken a single NFL snap. You're not even close to taking a single NFL snap. We've seen prospects better than you fall on their face in the NFL. I mean, how much success has Trevor Lawrence had? Not a ton.
Not a lot.
Yeah, and I think he was probably a better prospect than Caleb Williams.
And when you think about it, right, like if he had said the inverse, he was like, I'm not playing for the
Sour Grapes in the chat. No, I don't approve of what Eli did. The Charger fan.
But
sorry, man.
When you think about it, had he said the inverse, where he's like, I'm not going if you're putting me on one of the bottom 5 teams, and that's all he said, I'd be like, that fuck yeah. Like,
yeah, I'd be fine with that.
Because, I mean, good, bad teams, if you put your quarterback into a terrible position, I mean, quote unquote, the Panthers, it's not always going to end up well, and then they don't look good, and then they deal with the whole media rampage. It's not a fun experience. That said, there's a bunch of other middle-of-the-pack teams that could definitely use a QB or an identity, and that would extend their life quite a bit. Think about someone like the Seahawks. Geno is there. But he's on the older end. And so you get to a team like Geno. I don't want Geno to lose his job, but you do have someone who lasts you for a while, and you're on a great franchise. Stuff like that. That's just weird.
It's also, I mean, it's different sports, but we saw Dame Lillard kind of got bit in the butt by pulling a similar maneuver, saying, like, I only want to play for Miami. And the organization was like, fuck you. We've given you $450 million over the course of your career. Like, you still have a contract with us. You don't get to dictate where you go. That was part of you taking the money.
I thought NBA players can dictate a lot more than any other organization.
They used to be able to. I think we're going to start seeing that change. I think Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and James Harden have ruined that for a lot of players. I think they ruined it for Dame. I think now you're going to start seeing teams have a little bit more backbone and say, the hell with you. You signed a contract. That's what the money's for. That's literally the deal that we worked out. Granted, Caleb hasn't signed a deal or anything like that. He's in college, and I get him. I guess, like, I just don't like him announcing it like this, where it's like, I will only play for these teams, and
it never works out.
And names them. Yeah, it's like, dude, it comes across as really arrogant to me, and it doesn't help that he's playing in USC. It's like a snotty, arrogant program
that's just gonna face Georgia at some point.
Yeah. So, that said, I don't want to see him on a crappy team either. Remember when people were telling Joe Burrow to not go to the Bengals?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think people were right to say that. I think it's being shown right now. That organization sucks. So I understand a talented quarterback not wanting
They
to go.
tried so hard to fix it. I don't know what's wrong with the Bengals, honestly.
Well, they're doing the thing now, like by having him play like this it is so Bengals.
They're doing what they did to Baker, what the Browns did to Baker.
Yeah, where that is a poorly run franchise. That's a calling card for them for sure. It's like, oh, this guy's our future. He's hurt pretty severely. Keep putting him in there. It's like, no, he's your future. Like he got hurt. The season might be a wash. It's definitely a wash for the Bengals.
Oh, at this point, yeah.
Yes, if they had sat him like in week 2 and like. Because it's not like his play has helped them win games.
Hasn't there only been like 2 teams that went 0-2 or 0-3? I forgot what the stat was that have ever made it to the playoffs.
Yeah, and the Bengals are one of them, so they thought they could do it again. And it's just like, no, that was the 17-game season also.
I just don't get why the thought process between let's just rest him. You're going to get the best player you can.
Yeah.
But Zach Taylor's not a good coach, so.
No, he's not.
I don't know how he got the job. That dude kind of surprised me.
There's a lot of coaches who I don't know who got the job.
But it wasn't even like he was rubbing elbows. He was the coach of Nebraska. He wasn't like a good old boy that was in the halls and it's just like, you're next man up.
I don't know. Really, all this has taught me is if I were to make a career transition, I think I've said this on the air, maybe I've not, I'd love to be a coach.
Yeah.
Because I feel, where else do you get this job security and protection and this let me be a head coach of a football team. Except the Cowboys don't want that. No, I'm not going to get dragged through the rails.
Garrett had a good job for a while.
Yeah, like a trained SEAL.
Yeah, but I can't have it. I won't. You won't put me on air being like, oh, I'm a real boy to Jerry Jones. Fuck that. No, I'm not about to do that. Fuck you. I'm not about to be a puppet.
I know life doesn't work like a video game, but 100%. I look at where my life is now, and I look at what other possibilities there were. I was like, man, I could have been an amateur boxer. Not very good. But then when I'm 30, I get to be the fat guy that holds the pads.
The one that everyone loves. He's like, I used to throw a punch just like you.
Imagine that like on a LinkedIn profile. The fat guy who holds the pads. Gold's Gym.
Hey, man, look, I could go blindfolded into the Chargers organization tomorrow, not know anything, and I will still be better than Staley. Thank you, Josh Man Forever.
Yeah.
I'll be like, hey, y'all guys want to win a game? All right. How about we try?
I mean, he wasn't a fat dude with pads, but Mayweather's dad, everyone was like, he's the best coach. And when I saw him fight Oscar de la Hoya, he was up like 8 rounds. And his great coaching was like, you're fucking losing, man. Like, you're going out there and you're just losing. Like, you need to try harder next round. He's like, yeah, Dad. All right. I got it. Everybody in the audience is like, he's up like 8-2. Like,
that's the type of coaching you need. When you're doing good, you're not good enough.
Yeah. That's that Doc Rivers coaching when he literally yelled, come on, at his team during a timeout. Come on! They ended up winning the game. Evidently it worked. Then he got fired.
I ain't gonna hold you. Cowboys money is good, but no, it's not good enough for the public. I'm good. Nah. Any other team though, I want to be on someone like who like you have to like always try and remember who the coach is, like the Saints, like
Dennis Allen. Know nothing about him other than he's not very good.
Like put me on an organization where I'm just like, where they're like, hey, and I'll look at them, I'll acknowledge it, we'll have a moment. Minority hire. So I'll be like, hey, look, I'll be that coach. I'll be the number 1, baby. I'll be the best minority hire y'all guys gonna bring in. So I got the double safety. Can't fire me.
Ramen Hibachi, coach the Panthers, please.
No, they don't like black people over here. We found that out.
It's true.
And so why I like the Panthers losing.
I thought that's why you said it's like if I was making a career transition, I thought you were going to say I'd be white. And I was going to be like, I co-sign that. You'll have it way easier.
Where do I sign for that?
Unfortunately, I never want to suffer tragic melanin deficiency.
Yeah.
I'm good. That's sad. That's sad. The tax bracket upgrade wouldn't be bad.
I got an interview for you. It's 4th and 2 and you're on your own 17. What do you do?
4th and 2 on our own 17.
Yeah, you got the ball.
What team am I playing? that changes my answer.
Does it matter?
Because depending, you'll either get how'd I put it? You'll either get you'll get the Oregon coach out of me, where I'll do a fake punt on a 17, or we're punting. I said, or we're punting.
Okay, because I just described a Brandon Staley situation for you. It's 4th and 2 on our own 17. We're going for it.
Yeah, but the players would be motivated for me. They're not motivated.
It would be like a Dan Campbell.
Yep.
Because like what he did against the Chiefs, which I got and supported that decision because it's against the fucking Chiefs. To your point, yeah, it's like, I'm keeping the ball out of Patrick Mahomes' hand by any means necessary.
Well, no, I think where I would probably be more aggressive than most coaches is legitimately. That kicker would not see a lot of the time of day because
you hate kickers. You hate kickers.
Fuck up their job. You got one job. You got one job. Too many motherfuckers fuck that shit up.
They're the weathermen of the NFL. It's like,
because I'll tell you what. You get one miss. If I see that one miss, how Tommy feels about running backs, I feel about kickers. You get that one miss, we're having no kickers for the rest of the season. Positions getting changed. I could have a backup QB coming. I don't give a shit.
It's hard to find good kickers.
So don't use them. So if you have a bad kicker, do not use it.
Would you get rid of punters too? Because
punters are cool. Punters are fine. Kickers suck.
The NFL, you can still do drop kicks, right? No one's just ever done it.
I don't know.
That's a good question. I don't know.
But my whole thing is, if we're in the red zone, and it's 4th and whatever, I don't care. We're going for it every time, 100% going for it.
In
the red zone, but like these 100%. Teams end up on their own 30. You're still going for it.
You're going on it even if you're on the 20-yard line.
100 times out of 100.
No, I would not.
Why would you not? What's the worst that happens? You get to line up exactly where you were. You get lined up exactly where you were if you kick the fucking ball.
I mean,
it's fine.
It depends on the score.
Depends on the score. Now, if we're down
0-0, I'm kicking the field goal.
No, because if I gotta win by 3 points and I can't win by 7, my team's bitch made.
The Chiefs wouldn't have beat the Jets without a couple of field goals.
Yeah, it's true.
My team can't thrive without field goals. I know. I'm living it. And I still say this bullshit.
Yeah, the field goal kicker's the leading scorer on your team, isn't he? Just saying. It's ours too.
I have to pull this out of my bag of tricks.
The Cowboys are closer than the Steelers than you think.
Don't start doing that. We're not going to sit here and lie.
The Steelers have 6 or 7 Super Bowls. They have 7, right?
We've got 6.
6.
Now, granted,
2 in my lifetime.
no, there are exceptions. Justin Tucker, that's golden child. I'll be like, hey, we on the 70? Kick it. He's got that. 70 yards? Shit. Should have said 75. And I still bet on Justin Tucker. Young Waku, I still trust him, even though he misses sometimes. Got to support the boy.
I feel weird because, I like that dude, and he was suicidal when he missed his first field goal kick, but he's not that great.
Ooh, why are you beating up on someone who has mental health issues, Marcos? Why you about that?
Sounds like he's more concerned about his kicking issues, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, if you can't stand the heat, get a new job.
Can we not discuss the man without bringing up his mental issues, TJ?
He brought him up. That's happening. He brought him up. I was like, don't look at me. I'm compounding on what he said.
I wish him the best all the time. Every time he lines up for a kick, I'm like,
I wish he'd make more kicks.
There's a reason why they keep him. I think I've said it before. He's ridiculously good when it comes to some of those niche and clutch situations. Mm-hmm. A lot of the times kickers would get knocked out for some of the stuff, but I think that the Falcons have permanently kept him ever since. Like I said, he got that one game where the way he kicks onsides are stupid. It's actually kind of gnarly. Because 4 in a game, that's wild.
Is it taboo to say I don't want this man to kill himself? I'd also like him to make more field goals.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, I'm not going to be out here saying that, but that's fine.
Damn. I think we can say that here.
So you ain't going to catch me slipping, but...
We support dark humor here, as long as it doesn't involve the movie Soul.
Evidently, yeah. Little blue blob people's crossing the line.
Hey, blue blob.
Are they even people? Are they people yet?
Hey, the concepts. Fuck you.
Well, before we get into blue blob people, we were on the subject of coaching for a little bit, and that's where we should be. I give Davis points for this. Not many owners are going to stand next to the plebeians that give them money. And so he just got yelled at the entire game.
You know what? I don't give him credit for shit. Fire that nigga like he. No one likes him when your fans are telling you fuck this coach. And it's Raiders fans. That motherfuckers. Sorry. Like cockroaches. Motherfuckers go through a lot, still won't die, still got that fighter mentality, always. Some of the most villainous, disgusting things to be around, but they never go. No, I said Raiders fans in general. You absolved that earlier, so I got. You said
He's looking for a new team.
you said you're looking for a new team.
Sprayed rain on me.
Raiders.
Yeah, Raiders. That's what I'm saying. These motherfuckers like cockroaches. It's just indestructible, disgusting, vile creatures. But you know what? They stand by their team no matter what and say some nasty shit about other people. That said, your owner sucks. The guy sucks. Like, look, verbatim, he threw the QB who was unprepped, motherfucker was just doing his job, filled in, unprepared. Threw him under the bus during the press conference.
Yeah.
Shit's ridiculous.
What was his strategy with that? Like, what was he thinking? Is like, yeah, this will work. What made him think that? Is he just trying to defend his coach?
Look, when he hired him, he obviously didn't have a lot of foresight. The pattern continues.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, we saw what happened when this guy was a head coach elsewhere. It wasn't good. Once he got caught cheating, he started losing. That's what happened.
That's my biggest problem. It's like coaches, just like players, I think get way too much leeway. If you suck, get your ass to the side. A coach, there's plenty of coaches anywhere who would dream out the opportunity to coach in the NFL. You don't need to keep someone who sucks. And I know it takes time to get a sample size, but especially coaches, it's why I don't fuck with the Panthers, especially coaches who have a bad track record.
Yeah.
I don't understand why that happens, that it's just like, this coach was a 500 coach for the Broncos, so I'm going to hire him. Like, I don't get that aspect, especially when, like, there's weird experiments like people hiring high school coaches. People pulling up offensive and Eric Bellamy doesn't have a job right now that he should be a head coach.
Yeah, well, he's offensive coordinator in Washington. He has.
I meant like a real job. I meant like.
yeah, he should be a head coach somewhere.
And you can tell. And guess what? You can tell it with the Chiefs. We'll talk about them. You can tell it with the Chiefs.
Oh yeah,
they need
his absence is felt.
Oh
for
my
sure.
God, it was like a huge gap.
Yeah, like
they don't look good.
They won't be doing a ring around the rosy play this year for sure.
No, they still they look all right, but they do not look dominant.
I guess when I say they don't look good, they don't look Chiefs good.
Yeah, they don't look like the way they have looked for the past few years.
Like it's like something's off. There's like some flavor that's like. Was that lemon a little rotten? Like I'm drinking lemonade. I'm like, that tastes a little weird.
Yeah, and I know we're not that powerful, but for the first time ever, I'm seeing memes that are saying "Fire Matt Canada," and I'm like, the offensive coordinator does not normally get called out like that.
No, it's us.
People were chanting "Fire Canada" at the games, and I'm going
because they watched this podcast.
I'm going to the next game. This Sunday, I'm going to be there.
Oh wow!
It's in Pittsburgh. I fully expect to hear Fire Canada chants in there, even though we're playing Mitchell Trubisky.
I fully expect to start Fire Canada
It
chants.
might happen. It's gonna start. And for the record, like anyone doing pick'ems, do not pick the Steelers this week. I'm going to, but do
Loyal
not
fan.
pick them.
Loyal fan.
Yes, because they are 1-3 when I'm at their games.
Damn.
They're gonna be 1-4 by the time I'm leaving.
Hey, look, just channel your inner Tomlin. All things must balance out.
And things of that nature.
He's not Kirk Cousins, man.
I don't. Okay, look. Just to rip off the Band-Aid here. I don't know. What's our next subject? What are we talking about?
We're talking about
What were we
coaches.
most wrong about?
I'm never wrong. It's the chair. Stop me.
Tommy's energy is seeping
Tommy's
through.
like, oh, I'm never wrong. Fucking Mac playing both sides.
Yeah, it's a seance over here.
Yeah.
So, just to kind of give a brief cap through some of the teams, because I think after that it goes. Are we? Do we have a team hit list or cool?
No. After that,
It's just our usual shit.
Yeah, our usual shit. But we have a little bit more time, so we can talk. We don't have to just say Raiders, Dolphins. Like, we don't have to rush through pick'ems for once. Oh, yeah, we don't have to rush.
Actually, yeah, we'll talk about teams during pick'ems. So, what is I most wrong about? Lead us in.
Well, before that, just to finish off this subject, who's the coach or coaching staff on the biggest hot seat? Because Sean Payton was under it. I know he just beat the Bears.
No, that shouldn't count.
I agree. I think it should still be him. But
And Sean Payton didn't win against the Bears. Was it Justin Fields? Let the Broncos win. And by I mean that, he was like, hey, man, I got to help out your team.
Hex, on that note, I almost punished everybody. We all had pretty bad picks this week.
I switched my pick from the Bears to the Broncos. I had common sense hit me. Because I know we did it on the air, and I was like, it would be funny as shit if the Bears won. I'm going to pick them. And then I thought about like 2 days. I was like, I can't stick
And
with
Justin
that.
tried so hard to make that happen.
He should try harder to eat a burger.
I'm telling you. That mighty taste of meat would have helped him out.
Yeah, tastes like victory.
Fucking needs a McDonald's meal.
But he might not like how victory tastes, judging by his track record.
He's allergic to it.
Yeah, man is allergic to winning.
Just like he's allergic to meat.
Russell Wilson played well.
I had an ex that was a vegetarian for years, and my mom doesn't fully understand vegetarianism. So she was like, I made her beans, but still made it the Mexican way with pig lard.
She tried.
Yeah.
I didn't hear about it till like I was leaving, and she was like, "Oh, I put pig in the beans," and I was like, "That stays between us, Mom."
Yeah.
You said pig, I said coconut. Cool. It's like coconut oil.
And everywhere she went, she just wanted to eat.
Man is asking, is Salah on the hot seat?
Yes.
I would say being as honest as possible.
I think he is.
Oh, is Salah off the hot seat?
No, on it. Oh, did he say off?
Is Salah in the hot seat?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still in the hot seat.
Yeah, he's
but
in it.
but you know, Wilson looked the best he has. I think that it doesn't absolve his wrongs. It's bought him an extra week.
I agree. I mean, yeah, losing Aaron Rodgers is not ideal, but anyone who thinks that just gives Salah like a safety net this season, I think they're delusional. No, because I mean, this guy hasn't been a good coach for multiple years. And the whole Aaron Rodgers situation, he's culpable for how bad that quarterback room was. The fact that they didn't have a backup that could kind of like somewhat emulate at least Aaron Rodgers' style of play. The fact that they were like, yeah, our backup is going to be the guy that was so bad that we found a 39-year-old quarterback to replace him. Like that, it's just, it was not well thought out. So I do think he deserves to be on the hot seat, especially like they should have won that game. They absolutely should have won that game. Their defense let them down this past Sunday.
I mean, I'm not
Their
normally
defense
one that cares about ref ball, but that
ref,
was super holding.
And the ref game, like on both sides, was rough.
Yeah.
It was a badly called game.
It was.
But they're
I'm
too
not-
distracted, staring at Taylor Swift. Shut up! I know she's there.
It's not a subject anymore.
It is, oh, you want to bet? It is.
No, not for us.
Not
We
anymore.
did one and done, and we burned that bridge down.
Should Matt Eberflus be on the hot seat? He should be fired. Like he should not have a job right now.
I'm trying to think. The coach on the biggest hot seat for me.
It's not going to be Sean Payton because this is his first year.
It's not Sean Payton. It's Zach Taylor. To be honest, I feel very strongly.
Oh, you think so?
No, I would say Zach Taylor or Staley for different reasons.
I say Staley for sure.
Staley for sure.
Zach Taylor for not resting Joe Burrow. I don't think like as a coach, especially when you got. Oh, I'll put it this way. I don't know if we talked about it for that long, but there was that quote that came out from Dion when he was talking about Travis Hunter. Mm-hmm. He was like, Travis Hunter's like, I want to play, want to make sure I can win. You know, I'm going to be a difference maker, which is true. Travis Hunter will make a difference. I think that in games that were close, like last week at USC, probably push. That's enough of a player to push them to a win.
Yes.
And Dion said, hell no, rest.
Yeah.
And like, I love you. I think you have a great career ahead of you. You'll be better.
He told him, I think you have a better career than I will have.
Yeah, I will have. Like, as a coach, I think what gets forgotten in the NFL is how much you're still supposed to be a leader for your team.
Yes.
You're just as much of a leader as the quarterback and as the defensive leader of
your
whoever.
job is only to be a leader. You don't call plays offensive or defense most of the time.
Most of the time you don't, yeah.
So for Zach Taylor, that is when you sit down Joe Burrow and you're like, that's what you tell you look at your players, you can tell them, man the fuck up. We've got to get these wins one way or the other.
Yep.
That's when you. Why would everyone want to be why would everyone want to be a backup on the Bengals if you don't have enough faith from me to allow the main player, the main piece in this equation to get rest?
Yeah.
Look, not to give rip off this whole thing because I know you're gonna take it and run with it. When the Cowboys leaning into Cooper Rush.
Oh yeah.
Is a big thing where it's like Jerry Jones is plain and simple. Even when Dak was ready, he was still like, oh, no, give him an extra week. We want to be sure.
Exactly. We don't need to rush this. And, I mean, I don't know what the Bengals' backup situation is.
TJ caught it.
I was not trying. That was an accidental pun. I'll take it, though. I don't know who the Bengals' backup even is.
Jack Browning. Just looked it up.
Okay. Thank you.
Don't know who it is or where he came from. Maybe he came from Nebraska, and Zach Taylor was like, I got you a job.
Yeah, like either the head coach or ownership should say something. If the head coach won't, ownership should be like, I don't want to see our star quarterback take another snap until his leg is 100% because he's injury prone already. We've seen Joe Burrow get hurt a lot. Mm-hmm. And 2, he's not helping us win as he is right now. It's only going to get worse.
The Chiefs, that's a great example. The Chiefs trusted Chad Henne to play and fill in playoff games.
Yeah.
Like, you need to give, what it gives confidence is confidence in your team that no matter what, we have the pieces to have success.
Yeah.
And the Bengals, I really feel like it just feels like a dark cloud over that team because what would you feel if you're a player in that locker room? You're like, we can't score.
Yeah, and Jamar Chase is saying, I'm always open. That's how it starts. This team is a joke. I'm telling you.
To take it back to the Raiders, Josh Jacobs kind of trashed everybody afterwards. Well, not everybody. Mostly, he just left it general.
Yeah, right. So, when players start saying shit like that, that's why I'm still kind of iffy on the Bills, even though they've looked good the past few weeks. Like, the way Diggs has been talking, I'm like, I don't think they're going to go anywhere.
They're one bad game.
Yeah.
That's why I really like... just speaking on even Cowboys are in the roughest positions, which are never that bad. They're usually pretty much a unit but it's got Cowboys everyone against the world. So they can't start infighting or else there's nothing left.
Yeah,
we'll have nothing.
Well,
left.
To his credit, Dak is a good leader in the locker room.
Yeah, he is.
He's a good leader, and for the most part, I feel like the defensive leaders and offensive leaders on the Cowboys have to do a little extra because when you have Jason Garrett leading into Mike McCarthy, it's a little rough. So, no, hey, Mike, this year you're not perfect,
Super Bowl winning coach,
but you're almost there.
He put the hoagie down, in the words of Gertz.
He looks real focused on those sidelines. It's actually impressive. But we know
he looks like he's willing the ball forward with his eyes.
He's imagining it as a hoagie.
But it also helps when you have 2 head coaches on your team. Thanks, Dan Quinn.
Yeah.
It's like, thanks, Dan Quinn.
I forgot Dak was really mad in the post-game press conference this
Well,
week.
they keep on asking him dumb shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, how do I put it? I think this time they were
after they beat the snot out of the Patriots, he was mad?
Well, no, he was like, because I think in the press conference, the guy was like, talking about next week in the 49ers, he's like, hey, you thinking about last year's loss? And he's like, y'all motherfuckers just don't let shit go. Like, I'm so far past that. Like, We don't think. So he's just, I think he's real tired of this last year shit. Because, I mean...
2 straight games now without a pick. You didn't have that happen all of last year. Is there anything that goes to what you've done this offseason so far?
What about the year before that? Or the year before that? Or the year before that?
That wasn't even last week's time.
I'm just saying in general. He's a lot more
pissed.
attitude.
A lot of people are quoting that because he's like, hey, he's dating a Latina. And I'm like, probably hasn't. But I was like, but it's also, you know, I mean, in Dak's defense, say what you will about him. Like, he had, like, really, that season was an externality. And for the most part, he hasn't fucked it up just yet. Cardinals being washy. But to come out and, you know, beat the piss out of, give Bill Belichick his worst loss of his career, and you still got shit to say.
Let's start with the interception.
Where you get that coat from? How about that?
Same place.
Same place?
Yeah, Tom.
That was a 4-minute video. We're not gonna find that.
And also, I would look at the dates.
Yeah,
that was like 2012. You're not gonna find it, but he was but basically he was just. It wasn't even about anything about interceptions or anything. It was like talk about the 49ers, and he's like, dude, like, yeah, we lost to them. Okay, like, yeah, like our team and unit right now looks good. Let's focus on kind of those things. But I like a spicy Dak. I want him to have a little more personality. Well, not he has great personality. I think I want to have a little more.
Well, he had so much great personality when he started because his mom was dying or died. I forgot which one it was exactly, but
he had a lot of familial things.
Yeah, his brother, right?
Mm-hmm.
People that have habitually hated the Cowboys were like, "Well, can't hate Dak." That changed after 3 years.
I've never met anyone who hates him. I just know people that are like very critical of how he plays because that's
I was about to say, I think Cowboys fans hate Dak more than anybody else.
I actually don't think so. I think
Tommy hates Dak more than anybody.
I would say I don't think anyone has on pace.
It's just to rile him up.
Yeah, it works.
When you see after the game when him and Zeke like got to connect, and you see moments like that, and you're like, no, that's just a good leader overall. Like,
yeah,
like no one's mad at him. That said, you know, that leadership role is such an important facet in to cut up the slack. And so the Cowboys are the exception, but also the Cowboys are a totally different team in the way that they operate and where the quarterback position is. With as much as it's focused on, you do have to fill in as much as a coach does. No other team has that position, unless you're like a Tom Brady, a Pat Mahomes. But even Pat Mahomes, I don't think he's a bad leader. I wouldn't say he's
no,
not at all. I think this players who ride or die for him. But Andy Reid is a really good coach. Yeah. So you don't have to see Pat do what he has to do. He's like, I can focus on the game.
Yeah,
because we have an amazing leader. You know what I mean?
Well, on to our last fun topic. What were you most wrong about this year? And you said nothing because you're channeling the spirit of Tommy.
What was I most wrong about this year?
I will say, to start off as a caveat, I was greatly exaggerating that the Bills are done this year. They're not still looking the best, but after what they did to the Dolphins after putting 70 up, they're still contenders.
They're a playoff team.
I'll give a universal one before I get to one in particular. I think the Cardinals are better than they're not the worst team in the league.
No, they're not,
and I don't think they're even. Like their record shows otherwise. I don't think they're bottom 5. I think they have the way they play and the way that they fought. I think they're pretty damn good. Daniel Jones had to pull some magic out of his ass to win that game. Some shit he's never done before in his career.
I'm trying to think of teams. Because I'm leaning towards agreeing with you. I'm just trying to think of the 5 teams I think are worse than the Cardinals.
I think the Broncos are worse.
The Broncos are probably worse. The Panthers are worse.
I think the Bears are worse.
The Bears are worse.
I think I know they beat the Giants, but
I think
that's
Giants
the funny
worse.
thing.
Yeah.
I think the Giants are worse, even though the Giants won.
I think the Giants are worse. And
the Jets, maybe.
The Jets are
pretty bad.
Yeah.
The Saints.
The Saints are bad. No, I don't know what the Saints are doing. I don't they're in their own bubble of bad. I don't know what the fuck's going on over there. But the Cardinals,
literally the slot machine you used to talk about the Cowboys being. Sometimes they do really good, sometimes they do bad.
No, the slot machine is not the Cowboys. The slot machine's with the Chargers, baby. Woo! We don't know what we get.
I was talking about the Cowboys COVID year.
Oh, the Patriots are a mess.
They're a mess. Yeah.
Tommy's fucking. I'm so happy he's not here this week because if there's any week he'd be having a field day, fucking field day, he'd be here doing it. Bill Belichick lost? He'd love that.
The Titans won.
Yeah.
Titans. Oh, it's just weird.
And they obliterated.
But yeah, I would say like in terms of personally wrong.
Chargers are getting to Super Bowl.
Oh, actually, you know what? The Commanders. The Commanders. They're weird. They look good, and then look bad, but then look really good offensively. This week, I was like, "Oh, they're giving the Eagles a run for their money," and I really wanted them to win their game.
They need Eric Bieniemy to be the head coach.
So
that's what they
Ron
need.
Rivera just needs to stop it. Ron, we love you.
I love Ron. He's
Take
great.
a break.
He's great, but he doesn't know where he is half the time. He should step down. He should resign.
It's like you feel bad because you're like, Ron,
he's a good coach.
We like you.
Yeah.
But you he said the players were tired. I said, come on. What do you mean? Stop it.
Call a timeout then.
Next week we do power rankings. I was wrong about the Chiefs being as dominant as they are. They're still winning, but they are definitely missing Eric.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm trying to think of the thing I'm most wrong about.
Rakeem, I'm actually with you. Man, the Eagles,
Eagles also look kind of sloppy.
They just don't, they're not bad. They're winning. I'm not saying that. Because I know Jordan's over there reeling in this game. But they're winning,
They needed overtime against the Commanders. And I know that's in their wheelhouse, but still, the blemishes become a lot more evident. Like the Cowboys, when they beat the Jets, it was a very comfortable win. But my brain was like, they're not great at the red zone. Yeah. And that was something the Cardinals took advantage of.
But the Eagles, I think they're going to be fine because they know that they look kind of sloppy. And that's all they've been talking about.
Oh, we have a Commanders fan.
Oh, nice. So I do think the Eagles, because the fact that they have a new offensive coordinator and a new defensive coordinator and they're 4-0, that's pretty impressive. So I think they're going to
get one of the rare exceptions of just player talent.
Yeah, I think they're going to get better as the season progresses because of that. Because they're still adjusting and finding ways to win games, which is nuts. I was very wrong about the Steelers. They look putrid. They look really fucking bad.
That was almost a subject that we had, but I don't think we have it has enough gas. Is the AFC North the new NFC South?
I was right about the Ravens being legit. They always.
I was harder on them than you were.
They're always contenders. They're always good. Or at least relevant. But yeah, I had too much faith in the Steelers. I'm trying to think of a team I underestimated that's better, that has exceeded my expectations.
It's my boys, the Colts.
Shut up.
They're doing great.
I'm pretty sure they lost.
They did lose, but they lost to the Rams, who also is another team that I am also interested in.
I thought the Rams were going to be bad.
No, time out. The Rams are weird.
I thought they were going to be bad. They don't look bad.
They went blow for blow with the 49ers.
Yeah. They look bad and good at the same time. There's some games where I'm like...
Pakanuka is real.
And they got Cooper Kupp back. So they got two.
No, they have two of the same players?
Yeah. That's exactly right.
Matt Stafford's going to be like, I'm seeing double.
I did think it was weird that the stat was Pakanuka has like top 5 receiving yards. Got his first touchdown this weekend.
Oh shit! What's the Falcons receiver for years? Julio Jones. That's a Julio Jones stat line where he's got 80 catches, thousands of yards, 4 touchdowns. Wow.
Oh, Houston does look better. A lot better. C.J. Stroud, in general. C.J. Stroud does look good.
I will not acknowledge
that.
But
I don't want... But I'm only saying that because Tommy's
They're in the shadow realm because Tommy's not here to gloat about it.
They beat the Steelers. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Something I expected to happen. So, yeah, I don't buy Texan stock.
I'm excited. No, that's those are those things I think we were wrong.
All right, what were you most right about?
Most right about?
I don't think I made any strong call outs, to be honest.
I will once again stick with that. I was right about the Colts being a contender.
Oh, shut up.
Just stop. I don't know if I had a strong opinion on it, but I'm glad to see the Lions are proven to be real.
I think we all were on the wheelhouse that they were going to be good, except for maybe him.
No, you know,
Because
I
of
like,
Jared Goff.
You know, I like all of the other things about the Lions. You stop it.
Jared Goff looked pretty good. None look too shabby out there. Yeah, I think the Ravens is probably the one because I was like, if I'm always going to think it's either going to be the Steelers or the Ravens winning the division.
Ooh, actually, you know what? You're right. I did say the Panthers are going to be ass.
That's right, you did.
And I'm so happy that they are so ass. Like, and I knew they were going to be ass because racism. See, that's what happens. This is the result of racism.
Shitty organizations have
Fuck
shitty
you.
things happen to them. When you do shitty things, you get shitty shit.
You fucked up a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Sent that black man somewhere else.
To a better team.
I mean,
Now he's happy.
Yeah, we'll have more success and get a head coaching job at a team that matters.
We just talked about how shitty organizations are at hiring coaches. I mean, we saw it happen with the Raiders originally, where it's like that coach was, despite everything he went through, like, and they canned him for McDaniels.
Yeah. Everything
that just happened with the Panthers. Like, I don't not understand. Like, this is working. Let's fix it.
Yeah, I don't get it either. The Giants look way worse than I thought they would. I thought they were going to be like middle of the pack.
Anyone was prepared to see how bad the Giants are.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of hard to watch sometimes.
I saw Colin Cowherd did a reaction after the game, and he flat out said, Brian Daboll should resign. And I actually agree with him. After this season, he should leave. Because another team will hire Brian Daboll. They'll give up picks to hire Brian Daboll.
He'll just be arrested for stealing.
Yeah. And the Giants should be slapped across the face for being bad with money. Like, everyone who saw that deal, I mean, in our group chat, we were all like, what the fuck? That's a terrible contract.
Yeah, Saquon should have got the money. You franchise tag Daniel Jones. And then guess what? You're cruising to maybe get Caleb if he was, but he says, fuck that.
Yeah, because even if you give Saquon the money, he's less of a cap hit. Because Saquon's hurt again, surprise, surprise. So I understand the hesitation on wanting to give him like that contract. That contract was way easier to navigate than fucking the Daniel Jones one you gave out. So if you're going to give out one, the Saquon one was the way to go.
I don't understand the way these organizations are handling QB QB contract sometimes. Like, why give Patrick Mahomes an extension? He's fine. He's not going anywhere. You had him for 4 more years.
Yeah,
well. To be fair, first of all, I don't think he's going anywhere, and they could have waited. I think it's stupid.
Yeah,
but also,
while they had fucking Jones on the sideline, hey, bro, pay me.
Well, he's stupid.
He is stupid.
What he did was really dumb. He cost himself a lot of money.
But also, Patrick Mahomes is like one of the better quarterbacks who's like, I want to win. I don't need this much cash. And he straight up said that. And I'm like, that's how you know he's a good QB.
Yep.
The rest of these contracts, Daniel Jones's contract, mind boggles me. Russell Wilson's contract still makes me lose sleep at night.
Oh, well, the Deshaun Watson one is the worst out of all of them.
It changed the fucking whole industry for a player who sucks ass.
Fierro bringing that up, the Vikings looking crappy. That is one that surprises me because they have number one passer, the number one receiver.
Their offense is pretty good.
No, for the same. Well, it's not surprising.
Kirk Cousins is pretty good.
What did I say? I said the offense. I said the offensive side is not the issue.
Thank you, Mr. Raven, for that raid.
Oh, thank you.
They did nothing to change the defensive side of the ball.
No, they did not. No, they did not. But man, I remember watching them against the Eagles. I was like, this team doesn't look that bad. They just keep turning over the ball in the most ridiculous way.
It's just pathetic.
I don't know. Like, they should be trying to trade Kirk Cousins at this point.
They almost lost to the Panthers.
I feel bad. We just got raided by 18 people, and now they're going to get an ad in 3, 2,
oh no!
1.
Stay.
And Kirk Cousins is the. What did make me happy was Kirk getting checked on that run back. Did you see that interception where he got checked? It was beautiful. That was Kirk Cousins,
and that was necessary. He was going to make the tackle. Maybe not that necessary.
How many times do you get to hit a QB? I'd take advantage too.
Oh, did you see? Speaking of which, did you see Jared Goff with that block against the Packers? I was like, I like that.
No, I like physical QBs. You can block, you can run along the side. Like, be a force.
Be an obstacle at least. Like
It's not like Mac Jones hitting you in the dick. Don't do that.
well, that's dirty. Yeah, fuck him.
How many points did Mac Jones score last week?
None. Goose egg.
I feel like you would know, sir.
I know.
Yeah. Touchdowns or field goals doesn't matter. The answer's the same. He didn't kick that field goal. Do you think they're done with him? I've been seeing that the Patriots they should be done with Mac Jones.
Well, I mean, Belichick's losing cred to his name.
he should be fired too. Actually,
I feel like Kraft is gonna clean house at the end of this.
I think he is. I've heard people talk about, oh well, they want Belichick to stick around to get the all-time wins record. Robert Kraft doesn't give a fuck about that. Robert Kraft's like, no, why would I? That has nothing to do with my organization. None.
Also, all-time wins. He's not tracking towards that right now. So.
No. It would take at this rate. It would take like 6 seasons for him to break that record. People were being optimistic by giving him 3 to do it. It's like he's going to get fired before then, or Robert Kraft might die, and then Belichick would definitely get fired.
Welcome to the Commitment to Excellence. We wish death on people all the time.
No, we don't.
No, we don't. We just observe that it happens. Particularly with old people that have unhealthy lifestyles like NFL owners.
We do wish a lot of retiring, though, and leaving an org.
Yeah.
No death.
Mm-hmm. Well,
you can come on and wish Mac.
No. No.
It's too boring to wish death.
Well, on to our normal segments. Attaboys. I was requested to do this by one of my friends because I was surprised by this stat. This dude had 0 sacks for the first 3 games, and now he has 6.
Oh, yeah.
6-sack Khalil Mack getting revenge on his former team.
Mm-hmm. It's a solid choice.
Attaboy for the week. I'll go with the safe pick. Dallas defense looked good again. Looked immaculate again.
The dude that's picking up for Diggs, pretty good.
Nice. Bland, he's really good. He's always been good. They just kind of had to. I think it needed a cooking game before he really took off. But motherfucker 8, and so yeah, Dallas defense looked great.
Nice. Mine is David Montgomery, the running back for the Detroit Lions.
I think he made 30 points in fantasy.
Yep, they thought Jamar Chase was the thing. I mean, no, not Jamar Gibbs was the thing. David Montgomery said, "I'm free from the Bears, bitch."
Yeah. He ran for
you don't know what it's like.
Yeah, he had like close to 120 yards around there, 3 touchdowns. He was a beast that game.
Nico Collins is a great call out.
I drafted that dude in like the 6th round. I did not start him until the midway through the season, and I'm like, oh, good thing I'm starting him now. On the sadder note of Take a Lap, my Take a Lap is not actually in relevance to any sort of playtime or anything. It's just like, this isn't the you fucked up Take a Lap, even though people will say it is. It's the think about this Take a Lap, and it's Chandler Jones.
What should he be thinking about?
Hey, bro, maybe I should get my mind right. Think about not posting online for a little bit, and get my mind right before I lose millions of dollars.
He's already dropped.
Well,
You get arrested for going to his girlfriend's house to steal your shit and burning it.
Oh.
Well, maybe he should have thought about that before he did it.
Maybe he should have taken a lap first, and maybe he wouldn't have done that.
This is where I'll go with the
It's one of those sad think about it,
friendly neighborhood. This is the friendly neighborhood reminder. I don't know what the fuck the Raiders does to players.
It's true.
His brother's crazy. It's a crazy family.
John Jones is do drugs crazy. That's okay. Prime time is do drugs crazy.
Your team makes people go.
It's not my fault. He's a big dumb idiot.
No one's saying it's your fault. It happens with.
Vegas is a Raiders
It happens with the team.
My take a lap is it's a pattern. Yeah. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me 17th. We've got a problem. All right,
stop fooling me. It's rude.
They murder Patriots fans in the fucking stands. You saw that?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they punched the guy and he fucking died from a punch.
Sounds like that guy can't take a punch.
No. Stop it.
On that note, I mean, at least as far as I know, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know any other fan base that killed a dog by fire.
What?
Huh?
when the car crash happened, there was a dog in the fence.
You stop it! Stop it! Stop it! No more!
Dog's more
No
important
more!
than the
Take a
person.
lap! Stop it!
Talking about a dog more than
This is
fuck that dog.
we've taken a sidestep off of what
Care about dogs.
the core value is of this. This is supposed to be fun, and we're supposed to rip on people. So no, you stop that deep thinking shit and pick a proper take a lap. I don't want to ever hear that shit come out your face again.
How about Jimmy Butler as Outcast?
That's
I
actually
will
wonderful.
say on another proper not to attaboy, Zach Wilson did amazing this week.
I wanted to give it to him, but they lost, so I couldn't. But
That's
he
true.
looked a lot better. So that was a pleasant surprise. But who was your take a lap?
Oh, mine's easy. Justin Fields.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
But he did the best that he could.
And the best is not good enough.
Best just wasn't good
Okay, he could have played way better. He just could have, because he could have won.
Yeah, he could have not.
How it is.
He could have not turned over the ball the last time he touched it. That helped. He stinks. Sorry, but that's the thing that I think we were all right about. It's like, where's this Justin Fields hype coming from, and why?
I don't know. It's not earned.
No, not at all. Like, yeah, he's athletic in that he's big and fast, but I've never been impressed with him watching him play. He makes stupid decisions all the time.
I haven't liked him since Ohio State. I'll be
Yeah.
honest.
But anyway, what did I say last week? I take a lap for the rest of the season until they do something about it. Is Matt Canada? Matt Canada, take a fucking lap. But I should probably put a little bit more effort in that segment than that. I gotta go with Daniel Jones, man.
It's bad. You can't get 160 and not score.
Yeah, like I know people.
Who'd they play?
The
Seattle.
Seahawks.
You
yeah.
could still score. It's the Seattle.
Yeah.
I just said it's the Seattle. It's the Seahawks.
And Gino was out a good chunk of that game. Like, you could have made something happen. But I know, like, people don't want to put all the blame on Daniel Jones, which I get that.
You can put most of it.
I can put most of it on him. He's making the most money, and he had some boneheaded throws, and he's not very good. And I feel bad for Brian Daboll. Like, he was literally just, like, throwing the tablet after, like, talking to Daniel Jones. Like, he's like, I can't work with this.
Dude was sacked 10 times.
Should have
though.
learned off the first 5.
Yeah, get rid of the ball. Like,
If you don't want to be sacked, throw it away.
yeah. And also, I saw other people bring this up, like, because people were like, Brian Daboll shouldn't do that to his quarterback. Brian Daboll's the reason he got that contract.
Brian Daboll single-handedly the reason.
Yeah, Brian Daboll can do whatever the fuck he wants to Daniel Jones, as far as I'm concerned.
He's like a dad teaching him a lesson.
Yeah, he could smack the shit out of him on the sideline. I would not bat an eye.
Shit's hilarious.
I'm just gonna take Tommy's take a lap. And it's gonna be Deshaun for being able to play Sunday and not playing.
Did he tend that? Or,
Yeah.
Okay. We could just make a Deshaun for, like, in perpetuity.
Deshaun's the usual.
Yeah.
He's the safety net next to Russell.
Russ played all right this week. Russ is not that bad.
Until he beats someone who's not the Bears.
Speaking of Russ being bad or good,
Russ eats meat.
That is true. That's why he's not on my take a look.
we'll be right back after a quick commercial break to talk about Russell Wilson and his next game. Hey guys, just a reminder that this Thursday at Mexcellence, we're going to have a special guest. The Chancla Academy is going to come on and help talk about art and music, and it's going to be a lot of fun. This is going to be our first guest that's not just one of the boys. So please join, and then if there's any other collaborations that you want to see, please message us and message them, kind of deal. But on to punishments.
Give it to me.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know if this punishment is good or bad. I'm gonna be honest. I found this and I was like, that's so weird that I'm gonna make TJ drink it, and maybe it'll just be another drink that we drink for fun from now on. It is
Give me my shit.
hard kombucha.
Hard kombucha. Hard kombucha. Apple jasmine. You got me drinking some shit that sounds like some. So I like kombucha on regular. So let's see how this is. I'm getting notes of fermentation.
I mean, kombucha and beer are both fermented.
That's great. No, I like that.
Okay, well then I failed this time.
Actually,
So now you have to drink a punishment beer.
Well, I found this beer that looking at the can is a punishment, and this is what I'll be drinking here today. It's called Canamorphs.
What the hell? Hey, can you have
It's just an IPA.
Can we get some glasses and we all have some Canamorphs?
Please, come on. Can we take a little sip of the Canamore?
Yeah.
This is everything I want.
I'm not even an IPA guy, but I want to try this.
Elijah, it's okay that you failed. You'll get it one day, son.
Why don't you get the plastic cup when you...
I'll get the bougie one.
Elijah failed the 4 or 5 deadlift, but he couldn't deadlift like 225 last year, so he's
he's
like,
making.
Yeah, he's making.
I would
huge
even
gains.
say that after you get to 4, you're risking your back. Don't even do it. Not my kink, but
Who the hell are you trying to impress, Elijah? Just kidding.
Well,
I'm turning into a pug.
turn it into a little doggo.
Sorry, my phone's in my lap. It's gonna fall.
Dude, I you know what? I don't usually get real crunk about can designs. I love that. That's
Let me see. All right.
it tastes like a good IPA.
Let's see.
Will it focus by itself? Do I gotta do something? Ooh,
If you like IPAs, that is what it is.
well, it's called Canamorphs, guys.
It looks exactly like you'd expect.
Sorry, Elijah was like
Celestial Beer Works.
Elijah's like, I add a pound for every woman that's ejected me in my life. I'm like, okay.
That's actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's an IPA.
I don't really like IPAs much, but I like this.
Celestial Beer Works is from Dallas. They actually have 2 of them.
That's a good ass thing.
Oh, 3 of them.
Can you pass me one more cup, please? Or one of the red ones?
Here's another one as a bear.
Oh.
Or get 2.
So are the different animals like different types of beers?
Yes.
So is there like a...
I saw a shark at the gas station.
Because I want to pour this into it.
But yeah, I try to be a little bit nicer because I know you're very cognizant of your alcohol consumption during the week, especially since you died on Sunday, apparently.
Hey, I died and Jesus came back. That's for you, Marcos. Try that.
Dude, that's actually really good.
I was like, that's actually pretty good. Sit there, raw kombucha, apples, limes, jasmine, green tea.
That's the kind
Four Loko is for bad days.
This was kind of a bad day. I think Tommy was barely above 500, I'll be honest.
All right, let's get this shit kicked off. We know who we're going with the first one. That's why I wanted to say that.
Sorry, I'm still loading my bad fucking fantasy stats. Give me a second. Which, by the way, Sam kicked my ass this weekend. So, on the note of bottom bowls, we got the Bears and the Commies.
I don't think that the Commanders are that bad. That said, they're gonna beat this team's ass.
Yeah. I'm picking Washington. Washington.
I think the Bears are just like no one's talking about them as much because they haven't done an interview backstage that has gone viral, but they're super defeated, right? Like there's no coming back.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll win a game this season. They might be the first 0-17 team in NFL history.
Well, I'm definitely picking the Commies.
Yeah.
And then on the next game on Sunday morning at 8:30, I guess this is another European game.
Yeah. Yep.
Will not be up for this one. The Jaguars at the Bills. I think the Bills got it.
Yeah, I'm going with the Bills.
I don't know. Maybe London makes the Jaguars play better. I don't fucking know. I'm going with the Bills.
So we're still not Bills fans. Well, not Bills fans, Bills supporters, because we still don't. We still think they're frauds.
Yeah, not frauds, but I don't think they're the juice is worth the squeeze on the Bills.
Yeah,
at least yet. They beat Tua, but you got to get bracket busted eventually. Mm-hmm. And you'll actually hear my bracket busting opinions this week.
They're a playoff team, but I don't think they're a Super Bowl team.
Well, Tommy's team takes on Goodwin's team. the Texans and the Falcons, and man, I would love to get them both together for this game. I don't even know. Goodwin's fucking Carmen Sandiego lately. But I am picking his team to win.
You're picking the Falcons.
I'm picking the Falcons.
I'm picking the Texans.
I am also picking the Falcons.
It's because I'm in this chair.
Yeah.
The Texans vibes too strong.
Detroit. Don't even say that other team, that racist team's name. Look at them. They have a Black Panther on there.
I was about to say, how can they be racist? They got the Wakandan mascot there.
No.
With blue vibranium.
That they stole from Namor.
Yeah, I'm going with the Lions. I'm going with Dan Campbell, man.
Man, a lot of 500 teams. This is the Titans traveling to Indianapolis. I'll take Indianapolis at home.
I'm picking the Titans.
Why are you looking at me like I'm going to make some other decision than the
Dude,
Colts?
it's literally 53-47 by
Colts.
popular poll.
It's
Okay.
the Colts.
Okay.
You know how I feel about the Colts.
Then we got the Giants at the Dolphins. This is a murder.
It's going to be a slaughter. Yeah.
Who can defend Tyreek?
Tyreek?
Hell, like, who on the Dolphins? I mean, who on the Giants can defend Tyreek Hill?
Nobody.
I was like, tell me.
I thought you were talking about his off the field issues. Who can defend Tyreek?
Yeah,
and I was like, I don't know. I say a lot of crazy shit. I do not want to fall on that sword.
No.
Motherfucker said, after the NFL, I want to be a porn star.
Yeah.
Legit.
I'm
He
sure
could do it, I guess.
Tyreek said that.
Yeah, Tyreek.
I didn't know he said that. He said that.
Oh, well, that's the least of like anyone's worries about Tyreek Hill. More about what he does to women and children. Fucking asshole. I am picking the Dolphins, though.
This one left me in gridlock. This next one, I don't.
This is a hard one.
This is a hard one, yeah.
The Saints travel to New England. I will pick the Saints, but it's very reluctantly.
I'm picking New England, but this is a hard one.
I think Bill's losing it a little bit, like as we talked about.
Yeah, their defense looked pretty good until they played the Cowboys. And how many points did they get off turnovers? The Cowboys that game?
Got 2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns off turnovers. Okay,
One was like a quick scoop and score.
So they essentially held the Cowboys offense to 24 points.
Actually, on that note, I know it was week 1. It's not a very good litmus test, but the Patriots held the Eagles really well.
They did all right against the Dolphins defensively.
Yeah.
Like, they held the Dolphins to like 20 something, like low 20s. So I think the Saints are going to struggle to score on the Patriots. So I'm picking the Patriots.
I'm picking Patriots.
All right, I'm the odd man out. And
so my whole thing is when I look at the Patriots, I know what I'm getting myself into. I could not tell you anything about the Saints. Nothing. Not a single
I'm more
thing.
50-50 on this game than I am, but it's Gertz's jinx that makes me want to pick the Ravens.
I'm like, oh, well.
Yeah, you should pick the Ravens.
It's the Ravens.
Everyone should pick the Ravens. For anyone who doesn't know, I'm going to this game in person. The Steelers are 1-3 for the games that I attend in person. I'm picking the Steelers because I have to.
I've actually picked the Colts every game this season.
Oh, all 4?
All 4.
Jesus Christ.
All 5. We're at 5. We're at week 5, Gertz.
It took a while to get here.
On that note, just so I can get it out on air, you going to be here next Tuesday or you're going to be still in Pittsburgh or resting?
Oh, no, I'll be here next Tuesday.
Okay.
I fly back like Sunday night.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, we're flying back.
Sam, give the man some excellent stickers to put on Heinz Field.
It's Acrisure Stadium now.
I drove by it. I know that.
Because
They still have the big bottle of ketchup right there.
they put it back. They took it down and then they put it back because people in Pittsburgh were not happy about it. This team doesn't deserve to play in Heinz Field. They're playing in Acrisure.
Good night, Tina.
Peace.
Yeah, I don't like these new companies that have enough money to buy a stadium.
Yeah, like the crypto arena now with the Lakers. I hate that. It's like, no, it's Staples. Like, it's not going to change.
It's funny that I'm rooting for another corporation instead of that new
Mexcellence Stadium coming soon.
the Jimmy Kimmel Bowl.
I just don't know what. I looked up what Acrisure does. I still don't know.
You mean Accenture?
Consulting?
I
think they're consulting.
It's some kind of,
You mean Accenture? Yeah.
no, Acrisure.
Aquasure?
Yeah.
Oh, the one with Ture. Yeah.
They bought the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, don't
Stadium.
know what they. I love companies like that. We're a digital transformation consultancy,
Exactly.
marketing food company.
Dude, so I sell a lot of. I don't give a fuck who knows this. My job does not give a fuck. I know my CEO personally. Like, I sell a lot of HR related solutions, and I have to do a lot of research into companies, and I'm just like, oh, all your company does is just measure how many clicks you got in a minute.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's one of those things.
And it's a $1 billion company.
It's like, what do you do? Like, just tell me, what do you do? You exist for a reason. You exist to do something. What is it? With Heinz, we knew. That makes
Somewhere
sense.
there's a billionaire with a
Time out.
venture.
Don't sell them short. And mustard.
And mustard.
Somewhere there's a billionaire with a VC company that's just like, that deserves millions of dollars, and
Yeah.
it's a unicorn company. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
They don't do anything.
It's like the chicken with its head cut off on the big floor in South Park. Like, where do I throw my money?
Like, today I had a pitch to a company that all they do is filter spam out. And I'm like,
Well,
that's what Google already does.
they're doing the Lord's work. You stop it. I don't know if you-
Just puts it in promotions, and I never open that folder.
I get favor coupons in there sometimes. I check it. $8 delivery credit. I want that. Yeah.
This one could be a toss-up.
The Eagles and the Rams?
Yep. I'm going with the Eagles, but I think this is probably like closer than people are giving it credit for.
Yeah, I think the Eagles might be due for a loss. Right now I'm going with the Eagles, but I might switch to Rams.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. I'm picking the Eagles to win, but I'm not going to be surprised if Pakanuka ends up tearing them up.
Yeah. And Cooper Kupp. He's back. He's back.
And in the same vein, I want to pick the Bengals,
Why? Why?
but
Why?
but what have they done to?
Bless you.
Yes, they've done nothing to.
Yeah. They've done nothing to keep you healthy.
I'm so sick
They're
of them.
literally making you sick right now.
I'm so sick of them. I can't pick them. I'm picking the Cardinals.
I am also picking the Cardinals.
I'm also picking the Cardinals, which means the Bengals are going to win.
No, they're not.
It's too funny to let them win. The Jets. The Jets are going to win. I cannot pick the Broncos. I want them to lose.
You don't
It'd be
think they're
fun.
going to be at a disadvantage going up to Mile High?
I think they will be. I'm picking the Broncos. I think the Broncos are better than the Jets.
No, I'm picking. Sticking with my choice here, the Jets.
I don't think they can stop Dalvin Cook. That's about all I can say about the Jets. Also, I have one of the Broncos running backs, and he's injured, so they're losing weapons.
Yeah. The
Chiefs-
Vikings can put up enough points. The Chiefs will still win.
Yeah.
And I swear to God, thou shall not be named better not show up at this game.
She should show up.
She's
but
going to show up. You know what's funny is
fine with
it
her
has
being
gotten
there.
so far down the rabbit hole. Taylor is going to be at the Texas Tech game in 2 weeks
What? Why?
because Patrick Mahomes and Brittany are Texas Tech alumni, and they invited her down.
Oh, man. Ugh.
You're kidding.
Nope.
What? But you know what? Fuck it. She's allowed to.
This
live
is
her
the
life.
weird fucking domino effect. It's
Yeah.
just like, oh, now Kelsey is dating Taylor Swift, and now somehow she's in fucking Lubbock.
I'd like to be clear, and I think this is for all of us. None of us begrudge Taylor Swift at all. It's the media coverage that's so annoying. It's the media, like, they just won't shut up about it.
Literally be like, damn, I'm having a ham sandwich. Taylor Swift,
Yeah.
Chiefs.
Well, there is a business point of view where they're capitalizing on
yeah.
this as hard as they can.
Yeah.
I
they
mean,
are.
she is the mega star.
Yeah.
We're done. No more. We're not talking about it anymore.
I know.
Are the Swifties going to burn their jerseys at some point?
We got 2 games left. Yeah.
No, I meant we're done with that.
Oh, okay.
Chiefs.
Change their name after
Yeah, Chiefs.
No more Chiefs.
Chiefs versus the Vikings. I'll take the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Chiefs.
Though I do think the Vikings are punchy enough that they'll be like, oh, look, Kirk Cousins did it somehow.
They'll make it a game. What time do they play?
3:20.
Oh, Kirk will play well. It'll be a game.
This one's
This is Judgment Day. This has been on your dart.
This one's going to be fun.
You want to meet up for this one?
I will be sure. Yeah. Oh, actually, sorry, my bad. Yes, we can go to a brewery. Let's go to Mexcellence.
Yes.
And I will be fucked up. I'll tell you straight up. it's not a matter of if. My team has to win this game.
Yeah, they do.
I just, not for any other sake than mine. But if we do win this game, I'm going to be insufferable.
If you win this game, and then we do power rankings week 5, I'm not ready for that.
Oh, you know what I'm pushing for. You know what I'm pushing for. If we win this game, I will let you guys know. And, if we win this game and the Eagles lose, y'all will not understand the monster you have created. I'll come in like that. And don't worry, y'all. Don't think I forgot. My cowboy hat's coming in the mail just in time for next week's conversation. I was watching college football and I got some takes. So I got some takes. USC's boys were too thin. Not my liking. A little too light. But this next game, I did a little pre-scoping. I got you.
I will say, I know this is a dumb thing to base actual sports on, but I think if you win this game, you're going to lose in the playoffs. It's just Rocky 3.
No, that's not how that works. We'll win this game, and then hopefully we never have to see him in the playoffs.
I was gonna say, I think the 49ers are just going to win every time.
That said, I'm picking the boys.
As you should.
I'm picking the boys. And this is not, and you know what, to be fair, I'm happy that like we're sitting here, and this is not like a incompetent pick. It is a fair pick to make. I'm picking the Cowboys. Like, it's not out of the realm of possibility. And I think that I was watching First Things First, which I genuinely think is the best sports show right now.
Oh, it is.
First Things First is hilarious.
Yeah, you can tell they actually like each other.
They actually like each other, and they actually have genuine chemistry and just do dumb shit.
Yeah, they have fun.
Yeah, Nick Wright, Brusso, and Wilds.
Yeah.
Like, just so much chemistry.
Yeah.
That's it.
Dude, I'm not heard of this show.
Oh, no. Highly recommend it.
It's really funny. Yeah, I'd recommend it for sure. I'm with TJ.
They just poke fun at each other so much.
Yeah.
Like when we started, or when I pitched this show to Sam, I was like, no. ESPN was doing a mass layoff after COVID, and I was like, they don't have anyone with personality. Everyone there is just a smiling, like.
Yeah.
No, I mean, what I think that we do, and why I like the sports show so much, is very much that, like, we're actually, to be fair, pretty intricate in watching. We watch a lot of sports. We do a lot of coverage. We don't get into a bunch of the stats, but we can. Tommy, he says a bunch of things. He can stat recall like a motherfucker sometimes.
Yeah, he can.
And even Mr. Man over there, Raiders Encyclopedia. But
that's the thing.
But we're not
A
robots.
lot more sports than you guys realize, but you guys don't let me on the show because I make death threats.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, I mean,
Like, I'm number 2 in fantasy, and I'm number 3 in pick'ems, and I don't care. It's like,
Number 2 in fantasy.
stop it. Stop. No. Bad.
No, I was just I was digesting. That's all I was doing.
But no,
but I will say on that note that Sam is an amazing encyclopedia of the Raiders. Like you said, like he knows who's the third string left tackle.
But I think he's an encyclopedia. I think
Daniels made me not care.
I think if it's something he gives a shit about, he definitely it just has an encyclopedic knowledge about it. But that said, what we do is we have a genuine conversation about it, but there's chemistry there. And I can come in and I can say, Tommy's a piece of shit for his Texans takes. But then I can also circle around and be like, you know what? CJ Stroud, Prescott. Too many ESPN shows stick to their guns. Even when these guys are giving me shit about the Cowboys, they'll still pick them to win and give they'll give after 15 minutes of getting railed, they'll give me genuine feedback. I think it's too hyperbolic on some shows where you're like, dude, you're just saying bullshit. Like, after a certain point,
you're just trying to get likes and.
It's how I feel about
whereas Skip does do that, where he's been like on the Cowboys bandwagon every year forever.
Yeah.
Well, I think how do I put it? Skip does that, but I'd even say if I were to put another show that's like actually comes off right after First Take, some people on Speak, I like are really hyperbolic, and I'm like, God, just give the teams a fair chance.
I will say that Stephen A. Smith being so anti-Cowboys once Skip left, I'm like, who are you even talking to at this point?
He and Shannon Sharp, I don't think they click very well. I've watched.
No, they're too similar in personalities. That's two type A's or whatever you want, however you want to put it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Skip and Shannon worked because it was A-B.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fucking 9 personality
I like to
types
go out
are.
there and saying, I don't think, man, because he came out there, and I liked Max Kellerman, so I'm going to defend him. But I don't think Stephen A. is that good of
he's not.
He's not entertaining.
No, he's not.
Stephen A. also has this thing where
He feels a little arrogant, and I just don't think he's entertaining.
he's arrogant and he pretends to know more than he does.
Yes.
Like there was a certain point where he was commenting on UFC, and I'm like, you should not have got that job.
Right. Yeah.
Look, I have no disrespect towards him. Like, I respect like how much effort he's put in and things of that nature.
Oh, he knows way more about basketball, football, and
But I
baseball
think
than I will ever know.
But I think whereas like there's a lot of other hosts out there that I don't get the same level of like even from Skip, you don't get that level of arrogance. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
I'm like Stephen. It's just weird because I want to support him because hey. Black man doing the thing. But
Skip is pretty damn smug.
he's smug, but you know what I mean? There's a bit of it. He's smug, not arrogant.
I mean, the part that I still like hearing Skip's opinions. I think he's terrible right now, surrounded by the people that he's with.
Yeah.
But there was a part where when Skip got married, he was like, I just want you to know, we're never going to have kids because I'm dedicated to sports.
Yes. Yeah. The honestly, like I know it's kind of sidetracked, but the best person that he has brought on the new Undisputed, in my opinion, is Rachel Nichols.
Yeah.
She's great. And it's just like, when it's Skip and her talking about basketball, I'm like, this is really cool. Because, what happened with her and ESPN was really unfortunate. So, but yeah, the rest of the show, I'm like, I like Keyshawn's pretty good. Richard Sherman and Michael Irvin are not good. They're not.
Michael Irvin's good in short burst.
You're right. Yeah.
And
they should have him on like one segment a week.
I was about to say, Michael Irvin is good when you cut to him, and it's just like, hey, what's your opinion on Lamar? He rants for 5 minutes, and then you cut him off.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's good for a shot play.
And that's when I say from start to finish, like genuinely, and I really recommend you give it a watch. First things first.
Yeah,
really,
I will.
really,
I had not heard about it.
like
yeah.
really good. They're just like they know their shit. They poke fun. They have their ridiculous takes.
Yeah.
But they still like are realistic in what they're saying.
Yeah. The way they kind of like rib on each other, they very much feel like friends. Like Nick Wright is arrogant as shit, but he knows he's arrogant as shit. So
it's funny.
And it's self-deprecating to a point.
The patch bringing up the Rich Eisen show. I will say,
I like Rich Eisen.
Yeah, Gertz shares those clips all the time to us.
Yeah. Rich Eisen is just like a level-headed, just commentary. Who's also capable of being pretty damn funny. Like as when this is fucked up, but as soon as Aaron Rodgers got injured, I was like, I want to hear Rich Eisen talk about this because he was so excited, and sure enough, like he didn't disappoint. Like seeing how crestfallen he was.
That's why I like the sports show, because eventually, whenever enough people get this circulating and share it, they'll realize that chemistry will always rule above in anything else. Now, if you want us to get analytical, try us, but just know that.
I will say on the note, because we already announced a big collab, I will try in the future to reach out to A. Scooter Magruder, who's another Cowboys fan like you.
Oh, I'd have a blast.
Another one is depressed Cowboys fan because he also lives like in Waco, so that's possible. But just to finish this segment, what were you gonna say?
I'm picking the Niners.
I don't blame you. This is like, so in my heart of hearts, if Dak shows out this game, this is everything I need. Mm-hmm. Because look, thing is,
Brock Purdy outplays him.
Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy's really good.
Brock Purdy's really good.
He has not lost a game.
Semicolon, however,
finished.
comma. I have full confidence in our defense.
Yeah.
And whereas with the Cardinals, it's a clear distinction. That loss is a clear distinction of you can tell they were underprepared. I think they were underprepared because they were preparing 3 weeks out for this.
Yeah, that's a fair point. And I don't think Brock Purdy is going to be the biggest issue for your defense. I think Christian McCaffrey is.
Oh, you mean CMC?
Yeah.
You mean the monster himself?
Yeah.
You mean the whole crux of their offense?
Yup.
I'm hoping he gets injured.
He does get hurt a lot.
I said Mike could go for the knee.
I'm actually, at this point, just worried for both these teams because they're both injury prone to a degree.
That's true.
I'm like, this battle of the juggernaut should not happen on week 5.
But this will be the first NFC battle, so I'm really excited for it. I'm really looking forward to it. And, this will be a good... If we get the W, I'm being insufferable.
Josh,
Oh,
man,
and-
I'm also a fan of Tom Grossi, but he is a Packers fan all the way in Wisconsin, so never going to be able to work with that guy.
Yeah.
Unless he's in Austin, in which case. But yeah, super stoked.
I will pick the Cowboys, but I do think there is an element working here, and it's bad to base real life sports on narratives and shit, but I just think the Cowboys are going to win, and this is what they do. They feel themselves, and then something in the playoffs is where they will go wrong.
I'll give it $1.50 with you. No, we need to win this. It's not. I said it at the start.
right. Yeah.
It's not an if and or but. Too many people, and if you really want to know what's been irritating me the most as a Cowboys fan, just genuinely speaking, it's been the caveats. It's been we dunk on the Patriots, and all of a sudden, because we dunked on the Patriots, they're a piss poor team. The Eagles were matched up against them. Oh, Eagles won out a scrappy win. All good and dandy. There's too many exceptions when it comes to Cowboys, which just comes with being a Cowboys fan. This qualms that. And they'll still have, like, if we win, and for some godforsaken reason, it's close, not good enough. It actually has to be a couple touchdowns in order for
yeah.
it. You know what I mean?
Oh, you want to murder.
I don't want to murder.
You got to do better in the red zone than you've been doing.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I also think that if there's any game to put pressure to fix that shit,
Yeah.
it's this game.
Mike McCarthy and his issues with clock management factor in this game. Book it.
He actually, I don't think he's at a clock management issue.
I think Kyle Shanahan's personnel issues are going to factor in this game. I think someone's going to get hurt, and it's going to be significant.
I think both are gonna have a couple injuries at the end of this.
This is going to get heated fast.
We're not the kind to look ahead, but I really wish we could and see if either of these teams have a bye week because they are going to need it after this fight.
Yeah,
Cowboys have one coming up.
This is going to be a brutal game. I'm not wishing this on anybody. Just to be clear, it's going to be a very physical game between very physical teams, and I don't think everyone's going to walk away fully healthy from it. As fucked up as that sounds.
I mean, Debo is broken all the time.
Debo almost got hurt in that
Already.
Giants game.
Yeah.
Where they were up by 3 scores with 5 minutes in the fourth quarter. I was like, why is he even in there? God, Kyle Shanahan's an idiot. Ugh.
Micah limps after every game because he plays till the end, and we're not too worried about it.
You should be.
Yeah, you should be worried.
I'm always worried. No, don't get twisted.
If he gets hurt, you're kind of in a hard place. He's really good.
Don't ever say those words. Don't ever say
to us with TJ Watt last year.
Don't ever say if he gets hurt.
Trayvon,
Don't say hurt and him in the same sentence.
Trayvon got hurt on a no shoulder pads practice.
Yeah.
Because of turf. We claim turf on that. Oh no! You will see a black man broken down. You will see a blob come in because I'll just be a puddle of sadness, tears, and lots of drugs. If
I
Micah
have a
goes
monkey's
down.
paw question to ask.
No.
Let's hear it.
You beat the 49ers, but Micah gets hurt for 4 weeks.
Never.
Do you take it?
No. I'll take that L.
Okay.
Losing to the 49ers now for Micah to play play against the Eagles, I'll take that. Because we got back-to-back foolishness. We got a whole streak.
Well, good luck.
got-
We will.
We got one game left to pick.
We'll have a lot to talk about next week. Either way, because we got power rankings, and we got to talk about the Eagles versus Cowboys, I guess, the week after that.
I'm telling you. Once again, just let it be known. I will be my worst self if we win this game.
Yeah.
I forewarned this. I will be my worst. The bigger the gap, the worse the self it is.
He means it. Yeah.
I mean it wholeheartedly. I mean it wholeheartedly. Literally, y'all think I act a fool when I talk about white tight ends? You've never seen nothing yet. That said, if we lose, I'm going and do a game. I'm sick next week. I'll break my own ankle. Be like, nah. It's like, can't make it in.
I'll be mad regardless of how the Steelers game goes because they're either going to lose by 30 or win by 2, and I'm going to be pissed either way. Ugh.
Should be competitive. It's the Ravens.
We're putting in Mitch Trubisky. Kenny Pickett's hurt.
Good old Mitchburg.
Yeah, we both said
I should have known that was going to come back and bite me in the ass. Yeah,
Mitchburg.
Mitchburg.
What's the last game?
Last game is That man's team over there playing Tone Royal's team.
Oh, boy.
It is in Las Vegas, though.
That doesn't matter.
So much like a gamble it is, it's still the Packers.
Yeah, it's the fans are going to be yelling at the owner some more. Is that what's going to
When you're self-dissolving, I don't want to see you succeed.
Yeah.
I think Ray's going to come off with a win.
I do, too. I'm picking the Packers.
It's mostly comes down to that I can't pick the Raiders back-to-back.
Like when the game against the Lions that Packers lost, that was a rough first half. Yeah. But that's how you rally back. They looked good.
Yeah, they look good in the second half.
And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. So I think they come out.
Yeah. And the Lions are legit, so there's no shame in that. You don't want that, but losing to the Lions, there's no shame in that.
Well, our usual call-outs, peoples, if you're not in the Discord, be in the Discord. It's pretty jumping over there and pumping. If you're interested in, again, slide into the DMs if you want to talk to me personally. If you want to talk to any of us personally, you can mention them in normal chats. I think I'm the only one with my DMs open. But other than that, Marcos, any announcements or anything else you want to share before we close out?
No, like I said, just come back on Thursday. This is my third announcement. Masa Mendel's our first collab guest in-house in Chunkla Academy.
No, put it on me. Do you hate Hispanic people? Because if you do, you won't show up on Thursday. We're just saying that. You're a racist if you can't make it. Sure. You are a bigot if you can't go. You hate Latino people.
You have a Third Reich tattoo somewhere.
Yes.
Rakeen's like, what if I have work?
What if you have work?
Huh? Oh, and Hispanic people don't?
Yeah.
We actually work more.
We work hard to build America and this podcast. And thank you for coming.
I'll never come back. You know?
Josh Mann is literally, I have work.
I'm sorry, guys.
No,
Wait, Josh Mann. You have work and you're already like lightning bolts? That's not a good look.
Hey, I just want to say, work is required to boost up other communities. So if you want to talk about real work is showing up to the podcast.
This is fucked up, but I'm just thinking of the South Park song, Work, Mexican Work, with Butters.
I know I'm not supposed to love it, but I really love the South Park Border Patrol episode.
Which one?
The South Park Border Patrol episode.
Oh, what happens in that one again?
Butters goes to Mexico, and then he becomes like the representative of Mexicans.
Oh, okay. It's the same episode.
Mantequilla.
Yeah, it's the same episode. Yeah. The last of the Mexicans. It's a genuinely funny episode.
So
South Park, for being like uber libertarians, are super like on the side of immigration. It's like, if you keep abusing these people, you're gonna create Mexican Joker.
Oh, that's such a funny concept.
Because they're literally, the Border Patrol agents are all idiots throughout this fucking episode, and it's just
they made episodes even like backtracking on shit that they've said in the past and making fun of it, like the Man Bear Pig stuff.
Yeah,
they're just like, oh, we were really wrong about that. This is very real. It's like I think they deserve respect for that, and they're funny.
Well, thank y'all for joining. If you like all of our hot takes, come back next week, where you will see the worst or best of me. And by worst or best, it means, we don't know what you're gonna get. But I will have a cowboy hat.
I mean,
not the cowboy you're thinking, the right one.
If the Cowboys lose and Tommy's back,
oh my God.
You'll see me evaporate.
Thank you all, ladies and gentlemen. Please come back on Thursday for Más o Menos Mexicanos, like I said, with Chancla Academy. And thank you. We really couldn't do the show without you. Have a good night.
Love y'all.